What are we doing today, Max?
Streaming. I'm playing Warhammer.
Oh,
The
that's
new
right.
purgation.
He has no idea.
The
Anyway,
new purgation update came out.
I have to stream once a day. I am contractually dragging myself into the stream light because I took a fucking 5-hour nap, so I didn't accomplish shit. Isn't that nice? Activision. Dude, what I'd like to say, Max, did I tell you why I'm replaying like all these old games? I'm trying to hit 100,000 gamer score.
Why?
Because I should have hit it years ago.
Yourself?
It's not torture. Like, what? It's because I never hit it. So I need to hit it. I should have hit 100,000 gamer score in like 2013. I probably had enough games on the 360 to actually do it, and I just never did it. So that's completely on me, and I'm just doing it now. Like, fuck it. Let's get this shit show on the road, baby. I mean, like, look, with certain games, like with Spyro, it's like dirt easy. Like, I've played this game 1,000 times. So, like, this will probably be, you know, barring some, like, crazy, miracle, this is the last time I'll probably play Spyro 2 on the channel. Okay, let me not say that. That's a lie.
We all need some uplifting after the week.
Yeah, like, this is where I go for my happy place, like, playing
Rest in
games
peace,
from my
Tom
childhood.
Kane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Tom Kane, unfortunately, has passed away at, you know, a pretty young age,
64.
like 64.
Complications of the stroke.
Oh, Jesus. Destiny is
Sucks,
getting
man.
killed because Bungie wasted all their fucking money and wasted all their time.
Stocks are way down.
Ubisoft's income is way fucking down because they fucking ruined themselves for the last several years doing stupid bullshit. You know, like, what the hell?
Just bring back games like Splinter Cell. Just bring back some of the Tom Clancy games.
But they don't have the money anymore is the problem.
And stop doing what they're doing to Siege. At this point, I don't know what I've seen it, and it's like I don't know what they were thinking.
Grab it. Okay.
I don't know what they were thinking with what they did to Siege.
I mean, I don't think what they're doing to Siege is the problem. I think the problem with Ubisoft is just they make a ton of games that don't sell, so now they put, you know, $500 million into a game that will not go anywhere. Like, Outlaws. I haven't seen a single story spoiler for Outlaws. I haven't seen anything about that fucking game. Like, it's been out for forever. I don't know jack shit about the fucking game because, like, who's interested in spoiling Star Wars Outlaws? Like, nobody. It's a fucking non-issue. It just doesn't exist. So, like, they make Outlaws, they make Shadows, they make a bunch of other games people don't want. Now they're gonna start doing things people do want, but, you know, they still censored some stuff in the fucking Resynced, which is kind of stupid. And, like, you know, just to me, it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are we really doing here, guys? Like, you know, these dudes all have all these big business degrees and everything, right? And I am gonna be a little bit more fucking annoyed about this than usual. It's like, well, what are we really gaining from doing all this, guys? Like, for real.
I think at one time when we were kids, we probably all thought, some of us probably thought about, damn, when I grow up, I want to go into making games.
Probably
now,
the worst decision you could make with your life. You genuinely probably hate yourself. Your best bet is to make a game that hopefully takes off like Minecraft and FNAF and Subnautica or whatever. Like, that's actually...
And not do what the devs in Subnautica did to Subnautica 2, by the way.
This isn't breakable? Okay.
Yeah, so in Subnautica 2, I don't know if you've heard. Apparently, you can't you can't fight back against the predator creatures.
Listen, I wasn't gonna buy it anyway. I think it sounds stupid, but that's the only take I could give. I think it sounds stupid. It sounds dumb. But I don't really know how the first game played, so I can't speak to the first game either. So
look at Saber or Focus Entertainment. Warhammer, 12 million players, still going strong.
Also, I may have been wrong about Filoni, by the way.
Oh?
Yeah, I think he fucking sucks.
Wow.
Dude, I anticipated that Mando versus Grogu was going to get, like, shit on. It's not Mando
I don't
versus
think
Grogu.
him and Favreau wanted Mandalorian Grogu to be a movie.
I mean, maybe.
Favreau says he didn't know why they wanted it to be
I want to see a full Filoni project without Disney bigwigs getting involved, but I don't know if we're ever going to get to that. Just on a sad note.
I think
There you go.
I think they should make a CGI
That's
show
rare?
using the
What?
Clone Wars animation for the events after the Return of the Jedi.
I think they just need to wipe out the fucking sequel trilogy. I'm just gonna be honest. I think that just needs to go.
Yeah, but didn't you say they won't do it because that means they're gonna admit they're wrong?
Right, they won't, but I think they should. Those are two different things. They won't do it. I think they 100% should do it. Like, what's the point of keeping the fucking tumor that's the sequel trilogy around? To appease a bunch of Chud haters who just don't want the fucking Chuds to be right? Like, is that really why we're going to torpedo Star Wars into the fucking dirt, dude?
Aren't they still working on the Rey movie?
I don't know, and I'd hope that they're not. Except for Daisy really getting a free paycheck, right? Like, good for her. But, like, why would they make a Rey movie? Like, who wants to see Rey again? No one. Do you want to watch a Rey movie for 5 hours? Or for 3 hours? No, I don't. I could tell you right now, I fucking don't. I don't give a shit. I think that's the biggest problem, is it, like, they have to battle, for lack of a better word, Star Wars fatigue. Like, we're talking about fucking crime statistics. Like, who the fuck wants to watch a Star Wars movie in 2026? Like, you already know what you're getting into, basically. Map subtitles. Yeah, the map is new, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this, but in Spyro 2 was the only game of the original trilogy to have a map. They've added maps for every level in this remake. The only thing that they unfortunately changed was retro controls. Oh yeah, they added rolling in every game as well. Rolling was a Spyro 1 thing because they're all on the same engine. They all have the same controls, except in Spyro 1 you cannot hover because that would break Spyro 1 because it was not designed with hovering in mind. But otherwise, you have rolling now, which probably adds something. And I'm glad that they did it. I just, would have to spend a lot of time learning what you could try to roll out of, and I just don't spend the, like, that's something I would have done years ago, basically. It's a little bit late now for me to try to path that one in.
Yeah, I don't know. Ubisoft will recover from this.
They can, but they should have started years ago. It started with not deadlocking, like Beyond Good and Evil and all these other games.
Yeah, is that still in development hell,
yes,
by the way?
They have not notified anyone that they have canceled it. So Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still happening as of whatever their last shit was. Because I think that that's another game like Skull and Bones. They're just too far along in development. They can't not release it. So I'm worried that when it finally gets released, it's just gonna suck. It's gonna be awful. But whose fault is that? Like, no one told them to do what they did with that shit, man. No one told them to hold it in for 20 fucking years. Yes, I know. I can just pick it up. Thank you. Oh, damn. Give me another one.
Bye, Heretic.
Dude, no, I don't want to talk to him. Good lord. Okay.
Yeah, I play Legacy of the Dark Knight, bro. I'm still kind of I'm frustrated. Why did we get Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights?
Because some asshole thought they knew better. I mean, that's really what a lot of this boils down to, whether it's Adi Shankar with DMC or Zach Krieger or whoever. It's just a bunch of people all yelling and screaming and saying, I can do this franchise better than the person that made it. And pay no respect, pay nothing. Just it's better because it's me. When you realize that the majority of art is just narcissist projects, like, a lot of this stuff starts to make a lot more sense. It's just narcissism projects, dude. Yeah, you could walk through it that
Space
early.
Marine 2, proving
it doesn't matter. But Max, Space Marine 2 is not like a top-selling game of the year. Like, it'll be a good-selling game. It's not doing COD and 2K and big numbers.
And that's my problem. That's the problem overall. Why does everything have to do COD 2K numbers?
Because that's just how these businesses operate, man.
You don't think there's something wrong with that?
I've been bitching about this for a decade. There are podcast episodes recorded over 10 years ago where I said, well, what do they think is going to happen when they release a Deus Ex game? You think a Deus Ex game is going to, or a Hitman game is going to sell Call of Duty numbers? And yes, the answer was that they actually do think that, and you will never convince them otherwise, Max. So it's like a waste of time. We are now at the point in video game history where all of these bad decisions are finally starting to stack up. And I think that's the thing that's like, they're like, wow, how could this be happening? Well, you killed all your small projects because you thought they would all do better. And a lot of times, I'll be fair, gamers kind of played into it, right? I think what they did to games like Medal of Honor and, you know, Battlefield Hardline was kind of fucked up. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Like, that's what it is. There's just no helping these people. They want to crash these companies, and then when they do and all these people lose their jobs, then they can turn around and say, well, we tried. It's all gamers' fault for not supporting us nonstop no matter what we did, because you're just obligated to buy shit over and over. That's why, like, outside of Spyro and Crash, like, I don't buy anything from, like, Activision. Like, this is almost a once-in-a-lifetime purchase, purely because it's a nostalgia bender. And it's literally just a part of my childhood. Okay, we don't do Idle Springs first, we do Colossus. Because Idle Springs requires us to swim, and we can't dive yet.
We also have to see what happens with GTA 6.
I really, low-key, want to know what happens in the timeline where GTA 6 comes out and is a buggy fucking mess. Not because I want it to be bad so people suffer, but I just wonder how much industry faith is placed on GTA 6. And I know it's a lot, but I kind of just want to know what would happen theoretically. And I'm not saying this again because I want it to suffer and be bad. There you go. Then we do have to talk to him. We jump. I love the design and the details in the Reignited. And then they told Toys for Bob, no more. You're going to go work on Warzone. Like, nothing is more jading in life than watching, like, a couple canon events. And I think one of the ones we have to add to the list is watching one of your favorite video games just be shelved because it doesn't do Call of Duty numbers. I don't think there's been anything more radicalizing than living in a timeline where all these companies have enough money to do this and could easily make a little bit of money on the side. And then they just don't.
Part of me wants them to, like, bring back the Transformers game, but a part of me feels like they'll just ruin it somehow. Like,
also, when you remake or remaster a game, you should probably include the original game. I'm just saying. Like, I would prefer that.
as a part, like, as an
unlockable
part of
mode.
it?
Yeah. I think they should do that. Because, like, there is a little bit of Spyro 2 that... What the hell? Oh, that was a trophy? Okay. Great. You want to know what's going to be really bad? My phone is just going to be buzzing the whole time with, you unlocked an achievement. You unlocked an achievement in Spyro 2. You unlocked an achievement.
We're the Emperor!
Okay.
Yeah, we want female custodies. I ain't even that big of a Warhammer fan. It's like,
yeah,
bro.
I showed. Did I copy paste the post about Xenos getting banned in here? I think I did, right?
I'm very.
Man, Dawn Trill
care.
Has been just such an optics nuke for Square Enix. It's actually fucking wild.
It is insane Xenos got banned like that.
I think that Xenos was being mean, but I don't think that what he did was wrong. And I think that's probably the one thing that most people cannot do is the fucking nuance that Xenos can be an asshole and still not be wrong. And it not be ban-worthy.
Who's that other one? Miss something?
Mr.
Miss
Happy?
Tech?
No, not Miss Tech. I don't even know if Miss Tech plays Final Fantasy anymore, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I haven't watched a Miss Tech guide in ages.
Like, what if she, like, eventually... What if she somehow did the same thing Xenos did?
I think that it's more the optics. I think it was an optics ban, to be honest. It's absolutely stupid, man, but whatever. The whole... Dawn Trill has been such an optics fucking nuke for Square Enix. You would think that they would just keep a low fucking profile and not do anything. I really sincerely, the more I thought about it this afternoon, I was like, there's no fucking way that some intern or whoever that works as a game master does not know who Xenos' Vex is. That's just not possible. I'm sorry. I don't think that this is some like, oh, well, I just got I saw a YouTube video. Like, I don't think there's any way that you yourself, even if you don't play the game you're game mastering for, which sounds really stupid on paper, there's no way that you yourself don't know who Xenos' Vex is. That can't happen. That would be like playing Call of Duty and not knowing who Jack Frags is. Probably less, because we don't have as many big, you know, streamers playing 14. That's not possible. That would be like playing FNAF if it was a multiplayer game and not knowing who Markiplier is. Like, dude, obviously you have to know who Markiplier is. That's like the dude that put it on the map. Him and, you know, a bunch of other people. Markiplier just might be the biggest. Like, it's just an optics nuke. There's no reason to do it. If they had just ignored it, no one would even remember that this should happen. And I genuinely don't even think anyone that he fucking called, you know, a bunch of awful things would even remember. I don't know. I just think it's a bad fucking optics. So. Could be worse. You could be Ubisoft. Like, right now, they need nothing but good publicity. Now, do I think this was a targeted... Yoshi P is aware of this ban? No. Do I think he's maybe aware of it now? Yes. But I don't think anything's going to happen. I think they're just going to let him ride the 2 weeks and call it a day. It's also kind of a financial hit because they know he's going to raid Ultimate. So now, instead of people going and saying, boy, I want to see Xenosis raid the new Ultimate that I heard was coming out, it's going to be, boy, Xenosis is banned. Why? Oh, well, he insulted the Wilclamont VA and someone who, you know, was being political at their fucking job. Yeah, that one gem is glitched, by the way. So basically, you're going to Streisand this by doing it. It just wasn't worth it. I'm sorry. There's no scenario, I feel, in which this was worth it. Even if you think Xenosis is in the wrong, it's just bad optics for fucking Dawn Trail. Which is literally the last thing that they need right now. But, you know. Just like the... What is it? The guys at Riot that are, like, bricking people's entire computers because they're hacking at Valorant or whatever. I think a lot of corporate bullshit is just fire and forget, and, you know, most people are not going to sue us in court. Because they just don't have the money to sue a corporation in court. So,
God forbid these people start shooting up these companies.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. In Minecraft, asshole. Good lord. Max is trying to get me fucked.
After, like, that lady tried to shoot up YouTube headquarters,
Dude, that was the most fucking stupid shit I've ever seen.
That was insane. That was actually insane.
YouTube has... Well, no, let's say this. YouTube has been such a positive driving force for so many video games. And then you turn around and YouTube is it's usually at the front and center of it. Because that's how they got Xenos, is because he had a video up about it. That's specifically how they clapped him, because he had a video. I don't even think it was the stream. I think it was the fact that it was a video that got hundreds of thousands of views. And the sad part is I agree with the point that he made, which is that people will agree with you and say things are wrong, but they'll be more mad at you mentioning that things are wrong than the fact that things are wrong. I mean, what could be a grander state of the fucking world right now than literally that sentiment, 100%.
The power of imagination.
Sorry, how many goals do we have to score? 3? Or is it 5? Shit, I don't remember.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
I'm very worried about you, Max. Since the day I first met you. What?
Or why the open gates? Is that what that line is?
Oh, he is like crazy range. I don't remember him going this far. I'm gonna get hit again. Oh my fucking lord. Am I gonna have enough time to score 3 goals with him hitting me this fucking much? Maybe I'm getting way too close. I do kind of hate that they make you start skating forward automatically. Listen, me
I
getting
should
mad about
not
how
take that.
old Spyro didn't do this, like, when Hero's Tale came out, this is exactly what Hero's Tale needed to have. And they just did not give Hero's Tale anything it needed. Like, you just make a bunch of portals, and then you make a bunch of levels in the portals that are somewhat thematically related. Like, that's literally how you make a Spyro game, homie. You do not have to do anything crazy for a Spyro game in any year. So the fact that that didn't happen is, like, outlandish to me, 100%.
There's no patient.
Like, Spyro is some forbidden black magic.
I will never understand the people willing to pay for filet mignon, pay all that money for filet mignon.
Well, you're paying for status, dude. You're paying for experience. That's the point. Wait a minute, ain't you eating bougie anyway, bro?
No?
Isn't that, like, the common thing on all of our recording sessions?
The most
like,
bougiest thing I've had is like buying like ground elk beef. It wasn't that great. That was actually...
This dude really said, yeah, I went into the forest and I was hunting elk.
Very expensive. I never bought it.
Yeah, I
again.
can imagine. Wow, he actually hit me and it made me spit it out right into his goal. Good job, buddy. Excellent. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm about to get fucked. Nope. Absolutely
You
outlandish.
want dinner, a bath,
I miss
for
Sora sometimes.
me. Bitch, I'm going to jail.
You know what the other one that I liked was, hey, did you ever see the Demolition D video? I don't even know if Demolition D makes videos anymore. Where it was like, my Jambo Jet flies cheerfully. What? Oh, here we go. Fucking stupid. Well, my goalie's useless. Here we go. Passes it to the enemy player. And what? Okay, we won flawlessly. Very nice. You never see this shit, dude.
Crazy. The funniest things we were talking about when we were like still before we hit 30 was like the freaking like the scene from Sword Art where the dude tries to jump on the girl.
I was talking about
fucking
Sword Art
scene.
last stream because Narg is a huge aficionado of it.
That scene, I remember you and Surster were having that talk about when the fucking dude tried to like swan dive on top of the girl.
Dude, Sword Art is just like a very flimsily thrown together compilation of hentai scenes. It's actually wild that it became as mainstream as it did. Because I think the premise is really good. But I like dying the game, dying real life is like almost like a fucking meme at this point. I don't even hate it, I just think it's overdone. Great!
Right, time to do the hard mode.
You know, if I was routing this, it might be better to wait until after I do Idle Springs. Sorry. It might be better to wait until we go back to Summer Forest. Did you see the news that there might be a Deus Ex game? I know that you get this once a fucking year, but they said
Fingers crossed.
what was it? Embracer Group, I think, had a post where they're like, hey, we might be looking for a new Deus Ex or Time Splitter game. Now, I'm not even gonna hold my fucking breath because I know how this goes, like, every fucking time. Oh, there you go. And so because of that, I'm not gonna, like... That's why I don't really want to co-sign it with any amount of, like, actual intent. Because the odds of it actually happening are so fucking low.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, yeah, but who knows? Especially while Elias Torfexis is willing to do it. Like, that dude is a once-in-a-lifetime, once-in-a-generation, like, voice acting talent. I think it would be a real waste if they did not use him while they could. Also, we need to have real boss battles in Deus Ex. That's why you had to play the stupid director's cut. There was a Truman Show meme that was flying around Twitter where it was like, oh, let's make a game with perfect stealth mechanics and I'll make every boss a fucking damage sponge. And allegedly the reason why is because they outsourced every boss fight. It wasn't made in-house, which makes perfect sense if you're talking about like, hey, we have a great idea for a game, guys. Okay, very nice.
Do you know how to play the game?
No, no one knows how to play games. People just like to post about playing games and then not actually play games.
Are you playing the game or are you just incompetent?
He only likes redfish, right? No, he hates redfish. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, this is one of my least favorite. This is one of my least favorite mini games in all of Spyro 2, purely because it just takes so long. Oh, dude, why are you?
Power 2.
I wish you would just stop with
Power
me.
Mini.
I'm gonna ban you from the internet. Why is Star Wars in the toilet, guys? It's impossible to know. We'll never figure it out. Remember, they put millions of dollars into this.
It's the Eric Andre meme. It's the Eric.
What game was it that came out like or what was it? It was Ed Boon on Twitter like a night or two ago was like, hey, why don't we just... He just puts up a Twitter post. He's like, what do people want to see? Like Shaolin Monks remastered or some other game remastered? And it was like basically a 50-50. And I was like, dude, what's stopping every single major CEO or every major game designer from getting the go-ahead to just make a Twitter poll and just ask people, hey, what do you want? Make a poll. What do you want? You could, here's how stupid this is, right? You can make a fucking poll and you can make multiple polls and then just add together what everyone wants. If you're worried that people are going to spoof it using alt accounts, then have them sign up for your fucking website. So it's stupid. They're like, then they'll say, well, we don't know what we want players to make. We just did what we thought was right. Like, dude, you can literally get instant feedback at any hour of the fucking day, ever, if you have a fan base. It just doesn't even make sense, man. People are stupid. Any hour of any day, these companies can just say, you know what, actually... Why don't we just listen to the fans and then just do what they want and make $1 billion? Demoralization. What?
You want them to listen to the fans?
I want them to make money. What they're doing right now, what they're doing right now does not make money. So if it, you know, like the old song goes, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I mean, yeah, like maybe they should. Maybe they should fucking stop and just do what makes money. All this weird bullshit is not making them money. In fact, it's probably costing them money in the long run because people just don't trust them anymore. Like, imagine being Ubisoft and having to try to regain trust after years of shit like Shadows. Like, Assassin's Creed might already be a dead franchise and we just don't know it yet. Like, that's entirely possible. It is entirely possible that Assassin's Creed is an unsavable franchise right now. And we're all over here, you know, ruminating what they could or couldn't do. Maybe the backing just never comes back. Maybe people just never believe that it could be better or it could get better. Maybe that's just the end. Who knows? Anything's possible, dude.
So many people from our childhood too. Just Mark Hamill being the kind of person he is now.
I mean, whatever. It's more like you never meet your heroes. I know this is like a super Homelander quote. It's not only Homelander, but it is like a Homelander quote. I'm kind of channeling.
Literally said in the last episode to by the Mary girl from Gen V, the Starlight.
I have no idea who that is. Because I don't watch The Boys, because I don't waste my time on fucking slop.
Please don't kill me! Please! Please! I'll do anything!
Spyro, don't kill me! You want me to suck your fucking dick? I'll suck your fucking dick right in the Avalon
I'll eat shit!
I'll eat your fucking shit! I'm glad that that's just become a meme in and of itself, because it's so fucking stupidly outrageous. That is one of my favorite things that's happened in recent memory. Oh god, you can't skip this?
Wait, Amaro, don't kill me. I'll suck your fucking dick. I'll do it.
Dude, I posted like at least 20 of those in the group chat. It's so funny, man. Like, you could actually get, like, one of those weird, like, compilation videos. That actually could be really funny. Just people making all the different ones. I've seen so many Gokus. I've seen so many, Cloud and Sephiroths. I've seen Emmett Selk. I've seen everything under the sun, bro. I've seen Palpatine. It's just so stupid. It's just bad, man. Because it is bad. And they should feel bad. And then now they're making some new show called Vought Rising. So the boys' transformation into everything that the boys once criticized is complete. The whole point of the show was like a criticism on like franchising like superhero bullshit. And now they've just done that. They've made franchising superhero bullshit into a main staple of the boys. It's completely lost the plot. It's like being, you know, like Rage Against the Machine and then raging for the machine. Oh, wait, oops. Don't worry, though. I'm sure it'll work out. Like, they're just gonna House of Dragons it. Like, maybe it'll be good. I'm not gonna, you know, hold my breath. Maybe it'll be good. I think the bigger problem is you're gonna have to convince people to want to watch it and pay in after, you know, how poorly this shit ended. Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to fucking do that.
You're doing exactly what D&D did to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then fucking Rian Johnson to The Last Jedi. What we need to acknowledge is that Hollywood has a fucking creative problem where these dudes inject themselves into shit that they have no business injecting themselves into, and then acting like they're improving it and that they know what they're doing, and then also using it as like a thin veneer for a political mouthpiece that even people on Reddit think was bad. So, like, what the fuck? Like, you really ruined this, like, 5-year series with some crazy star talent just so you could have a dig at Trump? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, even if you hate the motherfucker, like, come on, man. Is this real? Like, you've immediately dated this. You've immediately made it fucking feel really shitty. And you're not writing a character that's satirical. You're just writing a stand-in. You're not writing interesting or unique plot anymore. It just gets boring. And I'm really tired of everything doing it, which is why I don't watch anything anymore. So whatever. I mean, it could be worse, obviously. What is it? The diamond for the shape? Moon. Okay, he teleports. Very nice. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. If we do this for another 20 years, maybe people will just give up. And then we'll make billions of dollars because they'll just give up and just give us free money for doing nothing again. Maybe on some level, that's actually what they believe. And then every time the Japanese pull ahead because people care about their stuff more than our stuff, we'll just, like, Visa, MasterCard censor them. 741, very nice. You'd love to see it. And it could be something as small as... No one cares, Zoe. Thank you. It could be something as small as, like, removing the start and select buttons in favor of options and share, which was, like, the most disgusting part of the PS4. And it could be something as big as, like, hey, let's just take a franchise that no one cares about, ruin it, or let's just torpedo it. Let's have people think that we're going to make a new game in this franchise for years, and then just never do it. Oops. Let's tease people with a game that they absolutely would want to buy, like Gang of Dragon or whatever, and then let's just not do it, and we don't even have the funding to know if we're going to do it, and then we'll just destroy the game, and then no one will be able to play it. Yeah, that sounds like a great time,
release something like
guys.
Stranger Than Heaven.
God, I fucking hope so. This is why you can't even get hyped for anything anymore, man. Man, I wish. Okay, Hurricos we can do on the first run. I'm not even going to bother with Turtle Beach, unlike Glimmer, because we have to come back to even do anything in it, so.
Zarya, don't kill me. I'll do anything. I'll suck your dick. I'll eat shit.
It's the fucking worst meme. Like, there's sometimes a villain begging is kind of funny, but I feel like it only works in, like, really kiddish shit. I don't know, man. Good thing I knew The Boys was going to shit in like season 3. Like, could you imagine if I fucking sat around and watched it for another 5 years? God damn, my life would suck. Like, genuinely. It's the same reason why, like, Game of Thrones is just shit. No one's gonna watch this shit in 10, 15 years. Like, someone might... You'll occasionally see someone being like, you know, I'm on the hype. You know, oh, I love this show. Why does everyone hate it? And then they'll get to season 7, 8, and be like, yeah, I see why people fucking hate it now. And that takes skill, man. It takes skill to take some of the most talented acting of our era and then just ruin it out of nowhere. That's not easy. Imagine being given the mandate of heaven, like The Boys or, you know, Game of Thrones or even Star Wars had, and ruining it. That takes skill. I don't know. I don't care what anyone says. That's not something you accomplish in like just an afternoon of fumbling around. Like, that's intentionally like pretty hard. I probably need to make custom thumbnails, by the way, for the road to 100K. I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be pretty hype, dude.
The deep getting killed by sea animals.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah, it's so funny, haha. That's why the last TV show I remember enjoying was Mr. Robot. And like, that's an example of a show that was like kind of political, but it was still kind of good.
Apparently you know the solo leveling meme, the Subarashi guy?
Sure.
With the statue with the weird smile on his face, and it's like Subarashi or something like that.
That's solo leveling? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Somebody made Homelander sitting in the chair, and everybody else bowing to him is just like all these shows, Game of Thrones, what is it, Mr. Robot,
Star Wars. Well, Mr. Robot's not in the same vein. Mr. Robot didn't do this because Mr. Sam Esmail is good, and they let him do what he wanted to do, and the show was good because of it. Last Jedi, Game of Thrones, like, and you could just Star Trek, Star Wars, just name anything that's like nerd culture in the last decade, bro. It's all the same shit. Who could have seen this happening? And then they turn around, they're like, man, why are the best-selling games every year the ones that perform so well, like over 5 years old? Because half the shit that comes out new sucks, man. Oh, no, it's not my birthday yet. That's why I put pre-birthday. Thank you, Nard. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank God. Mass Effect 2 got Miranda's butt nerfed, but...
Yeah, that's part of it. You don't accidentally nerf the butt physics on a major character for no reason, dude. That didn't happen. They knew it. They didn't fix other bugs. They fixed that, which wasn't a bug. Black Flag Resync. They know that people are looking at this. Like, the thing is that really kills me is they know people are going to look for this shit. And so when they do it anyway, like, it just tells me they're out of touch or they're just, you know, complete in hubris. And, like, normally people would say, well, what does it matter? They're going to get the money anyway. But, like, Ubisoft just released their financials, and Ubisoft is in the fucking hole, dude. Like, like, that only works as long as they're making money off of it. Like, Ubisoft is no longer making money. Oh, yeah, by the way, now it's a floating island. I actually kind of like this change, by the way. I think some of the changes that they made in Spyro are pretty good, man. Like this feels less like floating islands and more like an actual, like, power plant station. Like, if I was a major company right now, like, the number one thing I would do is I would make almost every major game that I've ever released backwards compatible and just at least dump it on Steam if not have a console version. Why? Because someday someone with their like $30-$40 is going to say, man, I remember playing Spyro when I was younger. Maybe I'll buy a, you know, Spyro whatever, right? Like maybe I'll do this, right? And then, you know, you could, I mean, I hate to say it in this manner, but you could kind of jerk yourself off about it. You could be like, listen, we did what the fans wanted, we listened to them, we're revitalizing some classics. You know, like this is how Nintendo's able to do it. So like when a bunch of dudes can't copy the Nintendo playbook, I just stop feeling sorry for them, and it starts becoming like, well, do you guys want to make money, or do you just want to fuck around? I've had this discussion so often, by the way, that's so bullshit. I've had this discussion. Yeah, it shouldn't be about the money. I mean, it is about
sending a message.
No, it is about the money. Let's be fair here. It is 100% about the money. No, this level is in the original. This is not a remaster. There's no remaster-only levels in the Spyro trilogy. I think the only thing that is concept art. This is Hurricos. This is in the original. You can actually fully complete this level on your first run through. I didn't know you played Spyro, Viv, but now that I say that, I feel like we've had this exact conversation before. This is like when Max was like, I played everything or nothing. And I was like, dude, when the fuck were you going to tell me that you played everything or nothing after like 50 years?
Almost, yeah, I failed the chase the first time, and I was like, wait, pond modes.
Yeah, what's the name of that level? Fuck. It's Battle in the Big Easy, or is that... I can't remember. There's not a lot of games set in New Orleans, by the way, funnily enough. Basically, you're left with, like, Infamous 2 and, like, a handful of other games. You are not Vegas maxing. New Vegas... There's New Vegas... Oh, what happened? Exterminate? Defeat every robot in the level. Okay. Like, New Vegas is very unique for that one aspect. It's like, oh, you know... Here's a game extensively set in futuristic Las Vegas. The look I must have played, but this looks nothing like I remember. Yeah, they have completely bumped this the fuck up. It's really nice. That's why I love the Reignited. Not for the money, not for the years, not for the hatred, just no more games. I mean, eventually we're going to get to the point where companies can't release anything that's not their star game. And I said this was going to happen like over a decade ago. I mean, obviously you don't have to be Nostradamus to predict this, but apparently a lot of people thought it was okay to just constantly shit on fans, not release shit they want, right? Like, not every project is going to be a success, and not every project is going to be $1 billion project. But the one thing that you would think that they would do is at least like try a little bit, because I think what ended up happening is they got very complacent with certain franchises just doing insanely big numbers, and I think that kind of led to their downfall, because basically everyone looks at Call of Duty and they're like, man, Call of Duty does numbers every year. But that's because Call of Duty is almost like a cultural masterpiece, not in the sense that it's a good game, but in the sense that every year you know you're going to get your $60 worth, you know a bunch of people will play it, you know, even after the new game comes out. Like, a lot of these games that come out die in like 4 or 5 months. You know, like I was playing Sonic Racing with Dax, and part of it was like Sonic Racing even was just losing, like, it's like 600 people now. The game is basically dead. And like, I feel bad because I don't even think it's a bad game. It's not my kind of game. But, you know, effectively, the game is dead. By the way, this is also Tom Kenny. He voices these dudes. Okay. Oh, it's a misremembered line from Megadeth. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna get worse. Okay. Is this the prequel to Dark Souls? No, that's Crash. What was the game that people said was the Dark Souls of platformers? Crash is obviously way harder than Spyro. But I like that in Spyro you actually get to explore fully 3D worlds. I think that's my favorite part of Spyro, is that you get to actually like explore all these areas. What the fuck? I missed something?
What do you mean you don't agree with me? Do you know who you're dealing with? Oh, Rick and Morty's getting another season.
Yay.
Hey, Morty. Hey, Morty. Look at me.
I'm a pickle.
I'm a pickle.
Yay.
I'm Pickle Rick.
And, dude, I can only imagine being a Zoomer, man. It must be fucking hell being a Zoomer. Dead ass.
We had South Park going up. Are we any better?
I mean, I think South Park was a little bit more culturally on the pulse of things. Maybe not so much nowadays, but back in the day for sure.
I hope Legacy of the Dark Knight has like a tribute to Kevin Conroy.
It probably will. Dude, what are these things doing?
Again, a Lego game is able to do this better. What the fuck?
It's almost like when you have vision, things just kind of work. And when you don't have vision, things don't work. Funny how that works out, huh?
I see the vision.
What the fuck? It's not setting off the alarm. You see this shit? They're supposed... Do I have to talk to this thing? No, he's running around back here. Something really weird is happening right now. It's supposed to set off an alarm, but they're just like running out. Is this a glitch?
Imagine that one little kid playing Legacy of the Dark Knight, and they're like, "Wow, I want to play the grown-up version of this game." Hopefully, it's still around when they're old enough to play it.
You know what? I mean, like, you're really gonna have to start to think, dude. Like, games like Arkham Origins might just become impossible to find later. Not that
Good
Arkham
game.
Origins is some.
I think
it's average.
it was just. Well, I think it was just buggy, honestly.
Well, right, but like a buggy game is still not that great, dude. Like, do you want to play a game with a fast travel bug that damn near breaks the game because it doesn't anticipate you hitting triggers?
That is true.
I consider myself pretty expressive. Gen Z deadlock stare makes me want to knock some teeth out. In a weird way,
Wow.
The Gen Z deadlock stare sometimes is like actually kind of attractive, I ain't gonna lie. I know some Gen Z-ers that kind of rock it well. But, like, can you blame them?
Yeah.
They've had their future stolen from them. The fuck? Existing in systems that absolutely are designed to fucking elicit nothing but apathy towards them and make them hate life. Like, I'd understand why they'd be dead-eyed, too. That's why when everyone was recounting all the fucking problems and shit that their teachers did to them, like, I totally understood that because I've had plenty of run-ins with teachers that just like wielding authority like a cudgel. You could be completely in the right. Oh, well, some teacher's just gonna make your life hell because they had a bad time in their life. Oops. Sorry. And that's true if you're in a public school or a private school, in my experience. Teacher, school is unfortunately a lot of times it's the student's fault. A lot of times it's the fucking teacher's fault, man. I had teachers at my schools that they had tenure. They could just do whatever the fuck they wanted. And you were just automatically in the wrong because they said so. It was like, imagine, and that's why people use Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter as like a stand-in for bad teachers, because it's 100% correct. It's completely true. They're just Dolores Umbridges.
Ever thought about being a teacher?
No, that's stupid. I mean, like, yeah, there's other problems. There's parents that don't know any better. There's parents that don't give a shit, right? There's kids that just are completely apathetic, don't care. Like, there has to be a little bit of give and take on every end of it, and it's just never gonna happen.
Thank you, Spyro.
Manners is the last thing you lose. I don't think someone having a dead-eyed stare is bad manners. I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief.
I have this issue with Gen Zers now when I see the video of like,
Man,
oh,
you are
which,
going to get ripped to shreds. Some Gen Zer is gonna watch this someday, bro. I disavow everything he says.
Which generation has the worst kind of fashion sense? It's
oh my god, get over it.
Oh, they don't have Balenciaga, they don't have nothing. I'm like,
oh my lord, dude.
I'm supposed to be jealous of your rags?
Oh my god, dude, have you seen what some people in our generation wear? The fucking jeans that are so shredded they're barely even clothing at that point? Oh, come on,
hey,
dude.
at least they weren't rags.
Bro, they basically are rags, dude. Have you seen these people wear these fucking robes, man? Come on, dude. I think it's an awful lack of respect. I don't know, I just think some people have resting bitch face, and that's even in millennials, dude. I don't think that's... I wouldn't read that as a lack of respect.
The problem with being a millennial is we suffer from a lot of the stress of the other generations blaming us for a lot of shit, too. Millennials are responsible for I mean, that's not the biggest thing, but like...
I mean, if there was one thing that I had to say about millennials... I don't know. I do feel bad because obviously millennials are definitely getting fucked on the short end of the stick. But also I think a lot of bad millennial decisions are purely uniquely millennial decisions. They have nothing to do with anything else.
What was that article we read for that one Democrat who said, oh, by the age of 24 you should have a house, a family?
Yeah, just completely out of touch. It doesn't even make sense. Well, yeah, I mean, Gen Z says they have no future. There is always a future, right? Like, that's not totally true. Narg isn't wrong about that. But I think the biggest thing, Narg, is that a lot of times, and, you know, we've talked about this before, there's just not really a lot of opportunities for people anymore in that sense. Definitely not in America. I don't know about where you live. Where you live, it might be a completely different story. But where you know, in America, it's very hard for anyone to really do anything and get things done. And a lot of these students, especially male students, they've done nothing but encounter resistance the entire time from systems that were literally built against them. And then they constantly get told that it's their fault that this is happening to them. Oh, but that if it's not happening, but if it is, it's a good thing. So I can tell you just from my school experience, and I've just talked about stories like this. I remember one time I was ranting about it in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was like, yeah, you know, when I was fucking much younger. Where's Hunter in this one, by the way? Where's Hunter? Isn't there... here we go, he's over here. No, we have to talk to her, sorry.
I guess now you think you're... All right, Spyro.
Okay. Thanks, Hunter. Well, right, I mean, we could say that, but I think, again, in an era where we don't really have wars like that anymore, I do think it is fucked that economic opportunities are just completely shut out from you. Like, imagine going, like, a long time ago, we had the whole learn to code thing, and now, basically, learning to code is just a dying industry because of AI. At least for the interim, it's like a complete waste of time to even bother. Whereas blue-collar skills are still just as good. But remember, there was like whole like disinformation campaigns about it. They were telling you, oh, well, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? A fucking garbage man? A fucking plumber? Like, there was definitely a degree of, if you do these things, then like you're stupid. And they ran that shit to the fucking ground. But now that they could save some money by hiring some H-1Bs or whatever, it's totally cool. It's your fault. It's your fault that they consider the H-1Bs long before they ever even look at your shit. They just toss your shit in the fucking dirt. Like, I know dudes that went to my college that they struggle to find jobs in their field, and they were better than I was. They did way more. They marketed themselves. They networked. And basically, we're both in the same shit. And that's not fair to them. Okay. I think they made her look unnecessarily ugly in this version, but whatever. I'm not about to talk about how attractive the fucking fish is. Okay. Like, my cousin has just graduated like a day or two ago, and I genuinely don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he has some stuff lined up. I have a cousin that's in the medical field. Another one. I have a lot of cousins. Another cousin in the medical field. He can't even find anything in the medical field. They want this dude to, like, commute 5 times a week, multiple miles for an unpaid internship. Like, who even comes up with these hellhole-ass ideas? Like, bro is really going to devote resources and money to an internship that's not paid and not guaranteed to give him a job at any point in the future. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. That's the world that he lives in. Opening up higher education was a mistake. It really messed up the stability having a knowledge hierarchy had. We also allowed in a bunch of bullshit that just completely destabilized it. But, like, at the end of the day, if, like, you tell a bunch of people, hey, go get this degree, and then the degree is effectively worthless in, like, 5-10 years, then what the fuck is the point of it? And that's also true, too. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of things that led to this problem. You doubled the workforce by opening it up, by telling people don't have families, just go fucking drink wine and have degrees and be depressed. We've created a lot of problems, and I really do kind of feel bad for a lot of people because there's not really much of an alternative.
The job market fucking sucks now too.
Yeah, it sucks. You work at a company for 5 years and there's no way to move upward. You know, when my mom was working and doing all her stuff, you know, back in the day, like, they used to pay you to upgrade you. They would keep you around. They wanted you to work at a company basically almost your whole career. Nowadays, the only way to move up is to leave and then negotiate a higher salary. Like, there's no reward for loyalty anymore. That just doesn't exist. Pensions, they don't really give out anymore. Like, I don't know about Max's parents, but my parents' generation is pretty much the last one that's going to get all of these, like, crazy built-in bonuses. And, you know, in 10, 15, 20 years, they're going to all be gone, or mostly gone, and then that's just going to be a thing of the past. Why did those bottles flicker? We're also just not even talking about the fact that there's not a lot of motivation for young men to really engage in a system that's hated them since day one. You're also asking people to play an unfavorable game with no guarantee of an outcome, and the entire time they're going to be in PvP with people that hate them. And I think that's a huge factor of it as well. But no one ever talks about the male cost of anything. We just say that they need to do more, which is basically just the Dave Ramsey clip from like a week or two ago. Well, you need to pay off your girlfriend's 90K debt. Now, would she ever, you know, pay off your debt if the roles are reversed? No, just stop being a loser. And I think that that's, like, part of the problem is we tell people, like, basically they don't matter. Basically, like, certain people get exemptions and other people don't. I can tell you from plenty of the schools and programs I went to, they gave plenty of advantages to female students they did not give to male students. 100%. And you can't play against an advantage. When I was when I was at one of my colleges, one of the professors flat out just gave exemptions for people of the same race, and he would not give it to other people. So you're just playing from a position of weakness, and there's just nothing you can do about it. He gave, you know, people are tribal like that. Race, creed, religion, gender. That's not fair, obviously, by definition. What the fuck are you supposed to do? By the way, they make you auto jump. I've watched people have entire divisions of their companies replaced by dudes from Bangladesh and India. And this is before the fucking H-1B era got really pumped up. This is in 2008. Imagine that. You spend your entire career training on something, and then your company just lays you off because I'm stuck, by the way. Their entire company lays off your entire division because they could just outsource it for a fifth of the price and a fifth of the cost. Like, what the fuck do you do to compete with that? You don't. You just lose your job. And there's no counterplay to this. And then, at least in America, we wonder why the quality of everything goes down. Like, I can't even talk to someone at Best Buy. I talk to some AI, you know, motherfucker that just gets caught in the same loop over and over again. Over and fucking over again. AI is the future, though. Good thing I knew that Geek Squad was just open 24/7. Like, if I had to sit around and, like, you know, like, figure out, like, well, how, what, you know, if I, imagine if I was, like, a boomer, right? Like, I didn't know any better, right? Like, I was just kind of a dude that just existed, right? Like, could you imagine if I just didn't know anything about computers, anything about Geek Squad? Like, I would just been shit out of luck, man. Oh, shit, that... Dude, the Xbox noise scares me so much sometimes. Very spooky. Man, depressing. Yeah, it is. It's very depressing. I watched plenty of strong people in my life crumble because they just lost everything. And there was nothing that they could have done about it. And that's like a canon event in everyone's life a little bit. Someone you know worked the hard, you know, they worked so hard. Did I jump out of water? How did that fucking work? How did that work? I don't know. I watched people that were the hardest working people I ever knew lose their jobs in '08 and years after to people just getting outsourced for less money. And that was one of the most, like, crippling things I ever saw in my entire life. And it wasn't fair at all. And there will never be any restitution. They just all lost their fucking bullshit for nothing. Were those services ever good? Again, of course not. It's still just as bad today as it was 10 years ago when they fired them. Why? Because they just outsource. You can't even talk to people. That's like this is a common thing. You pray that you get an American that you could actually understand. And we all know it, but it continues to happen. I choose to hire you over Bangladesh IT, I lose out. Yeah, you lose out because you have to pay more fucking money. It's really kind of astonishing that video games might be one of the few industries where that does not occur to the same degree. Like, people will flat out bankrupt major fucking corporations. Like, Ubisoft is probably in the middle of this right now. Like, I don't know if Ubisoft will ever recover from Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I'm not saying this to, like, clickbait. Like, if you look at Ubisoft's financial statement for this fiscal year, dude, it's, like, worse than the last 4 years where they had negative income combined. It's more than all of the profit from the previous years before that combined. Like, Ubisoft might genuinely be in insane trouble, and they might genuinely get bought out, potentially. No, obviously, it's not about people being rich, right? Like, I think we could all agree not everyone can be rich. The problem is now not even people can have, like, a living wage on certain things. Like, people can't even get studios. And now, granted, a lot of people just blow their money. Like, the other unfortunate part of this paradigm is that a lot of people are just poor. Like, they just do things...
People think $22 an hour is a livable wage in New York City.
No, it's not. But, like, a lot of people just want to blow their money on stupid shit and not save it and not do anything. Like, I've been pretty good about my money. I have a good amount saved up. I run a tight ship with the limited amount that I have. Oh, Lord, I fucking hate this one. Hold on. The second one of these is really bad. But the bigger point is that a lot of people just want to buy a bunch of bullshit. And, like, I know I buy a lot of games, but imagine, like, going on constant vacations. So, like, a lot of people just go into super debt. Like, they just go into debt, and they go into debt because they want to go into debt. And I really hate the idea that, like, everyone is this innocent person that just had no idea what they were doing. Like, don't take away agency. Like, a lot of people just went into debt, dude. A lot of people have silver spoons, and a lot of people don't. But a lot of times they do both. It's one of the most sobering things I've seen. And I've watched people that are boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Zoomers, all of them do it. And after a certain point, I just don't really feel bad for them. And that just makes you sound really evil, but I mean, it's the truth. Yeah, I'm lucky I was born to who I was too. I think there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. Being humble is okay. Where's this dude again?
Hmm?
No, not you. This guy. Where is it?
Yeah, go to college, get a degree.
Yeah, get a degree in something that we're gonna outsource and outdate in like a year or 3. That sounds like a good idea.
Listen, go into law enforcement, be a police officer.
Oh no, sorry. In America, we hate cops now. Go be a firefighter. Oh no, sorry. We'll lower the bar. Anyone can do it.
And you'll probably get some lesbian fire chief that treats men badly.
Yeah, she'll say, "Well, if you're in there, that was your fault." Yeah, that's what I want to hear right before I burn to death. That's very comforting.
If you're a man and I have to come and save you from a burning building, then...
And without a hint of irony, she said that too. That shit's crazy. Are there 2?
Oh, be a teacher.
Yes.
Get shot by your student.
Yeah, and then they'll let the fucking teacher off, man. You saw that one, right? Where the teacher knew that the kid brought the gun to school and then did nothing about it? Didn't report it, didn't say anything? That's totally fine. Where is number 3 again? Oh, fucking hell. Is this it? Sorry, it's been a while since I played Spyro. I don't think I played Spyro 2 since the last birthday bash where I played it. I don't even remember when I played Spyro 2 last. You know how hard it was to hold off on playing Spyro 2, knowing that I wanted to get all the achievements and stuff in it? It's been a crazy sequence of years in my life. Is this the one that moves? What is this? Okay. Minimum wage here is like 500. I mean, yeah. The difference is, and this is what, you have to bear in mind for especially a lot of people when they say, well, why don't you just go somewhere else? Because they pay less elsewhere. Like, they pay less. So basically what you would be doing is taking a pay cut. Like, yeah, maybe you could make it work, but you basically just be taking a free pay. I just had this conversation like a week or 2 ago. I was like, is it really worth it? 500 a month? Good lord. I mean, hey, it works for wherever the fuck this dude is, Central America. But in New York, that's just not gonna cut it. It's not good enough.
Tennessee, I think it's like 7 something.
Yeah, like a lot of places are still 7, maybe 14, 15. That's something that you have to take into account before you decide to go out into the sticks or somewhere. Like, you're gonna live in the sticks, which comes with its own set of fucking problems. Okay.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you go to places like that, you can afford the housing.
I don't think housing is affordable in any state. That's why the average age to own a house has gone up from 28 to 41, dude. Yeah, like, I follow this stuff very intently. The average age to own a house has basically gone up by like 20 years, like 15 years. Think about that. Yeah, it's affordable in bumfuck Iowa, maybe, in a very bad place. Like, you're not gonna live in like a decent neighborhood anywhere. And I know I say this living in New York City, but don't worry, New York City kind of sucks in its own ways too. That's it? We're done with the level? Oh, we're done. Okay. New York City isn't exactly super bussin' either.
Yep. We actually talked about, like, how annoying it is to live in New York City because of all the people at one point.
Dude, and then the worst part is that the infrastructure is almost never kept up. So, like, I don't know, people were, you know, the clips were making the rounds earlier where, that woman, like, stepped off the MTA bus and got completely swept away by the tide, basically. Because every time it rains, there's just a lot of... Wait, we didn't complete a level? What level didn't we complete? What? I didn't talk to the guy at the end of Aquaria Towers? Oh, what the fuck? I did everything else but talk to him. That's really funny, actually. Yeah, that's not... There's plenty of places in New York. Oh, do I have to replay the whole level again? Okay, well, this is about to be a super speed run. Hello, Herna. Yeah, like, I can testify that, like, a lot of times, a lot of subway, or, like, a lot of corners just get completely flooded. And that's just normal in New York. Like, you're just supposed to be like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's why, like, a lot of dudes are just becoming passport bros, and especially, like, expats with VA benefits, and they're just going to live elsewhere, because it's just cheaper, and they can live off of nothing, basically. Okay. Like, why would you struggle and live in, like, some random ass place when you could just live in the Philippines? Probably, and we're not even talking about the dating pool in America. Find a more traditional woman and then just fucking live off that and do your own thing. Maybe have, like, a little side business or whatever and just chill. And then they wonder why dudes have completely clocked out of shit. And then you get articles written about why you don't want to participate in a system that fucking hates you. Yeah, that's fun. I don't know if you guys saw the article where it was like women are now using medieval times as dating. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, if I lived in Cancun, right? Let's ignore the fact that it's a different country and it's, you know, Cancun is like crime stuff now and cartel whatever shootings on the beach. Like, if I just lived in Cancun, like, I could probably live like people would have lived in New York City like 30, 40 years ago. Did I miss another one? Because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get teleported, are you not? Did I miss a level? No. No way.
Well done.
Okay, anyway.
Before you get to the castle dungeons,
Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's a shame, man. Like, I talk to some of my friends from college rarely, not often. But, you know, like, they all kind of just stress about this all day. Like, I feel bad for them, man.
Ulting's hard.
That Medieval Times article is actually so wacky when you really consider it, because basically it would be like going to Hooters to find a fucking wife. You know they would write an article scathing men over it. That was such a weird fucking article, too. Like, just openly fucking admitting this shit was crazy. Every day you find out something that is just the most ridiculous black pill you've ever read in your life. Like, apparently now there's that PokeTuber that, like, cheated on his fiance cheated on him with his best friend. We're on some chibi reviews levels of bullshit, dude. Okay, Crush is definitely not as fast or as good in this version, I don't think. Gulp is still a monster. Gulp and Spike are the hardest bosses in the original trilogy. For sure. I wouldn't even say that Nasty Nork is an actual boss fight, to be completely honest. Can you roll? Oh my god, you can just roll it. There's an example of rolling being a complete buff. Rolling would not have been this much of a buff back in the day. Okay, dude, hit the ground. Thank you. Okay. My favorite part in the original is when he gets covered in a mountain of Choco Puffs. It won't happen in this version, but I always thought that was really funny, and then one drops down like after all the other ones. Dude, enough. What the hell is this? Does he have to maybe get close enough to you? Is that how this works? By the way, why does this picture not look like him at all? Do you see that in the bottom left? That doesn't look like him at all. Okay, hold on. Dude, are you gonna smash the ground? Has this ever happened before? Like, why is he not smashing the ground? Thank you. That was really weird. And we beat him flawlessly, by the way. No! Complete the level without flaming any fire. You just beat it normally. Okay. You just don't even heal. You don't have to beat it flawlessly. The skill point is for beating it flawlessly. I will level with Zoomers and say it's pretty inconvenient to be in the moment between men and women are redefining the way they exist around each other. I mean, that it's not even a Zoomer thing not to steal their struggle. That's a millennial struggle too, man. That is also 100% a millennial struggle as well. Which is why it's very, like, it might not be like an elder millennial problem, but it's definitely a younger millennial to like a Zoomer problem, and I don't even know what the fuck Gen Alpha is gonna do. Like, genuinely, I feel kind of bad for them, to be honest with you.
Well.
500 gems to learn how to climb. Apparently, I have to have money bags. A fucking bear teach me how to use my claws to grab rungs, but whatever. Max, you ever played Spyro? Okay, oh. No, my lord, dude. Why are you like this?
I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Oh, my lord. Okay.
Make us whole.
I hate you. That's another franchise that they torpedoed, since we want to talk about franchises that Ubisoft and EA and Square Enix have fumbled. Dead Space is like the iconic example of, hey, we want to make $1 billion more off of an IP that will only maybe sell 5 million tops. Why? Because most people don't want to fucking play horror games. I know this sounds crazy when you consider how many people watch horror movies, but I know plenty of people that watch horror movies that would never play a horror video game because the minute you put it in their hands, their survival, they can't handle it. And that's not to say they're like inferior or whatever, but they just can't do it. It's just not a skill set that they have. Oh shit, how many do we have to kill? 10. We know. Well, bonked in part as they saw fit, didn't get to experience having their existence. That's not true. We're millennials. What? I can tell you right now. What the fuck is this? Hilarious. I can tell you right now that even when I was at my college, what is it called? I'm forgetting the word. Not commencement. The orientation for my college was quite literally like a 1.5 hour like play put on by the theater troupe of have safe sex. I'm not kidding. It was absolutely wild. That was in 2013. You think dating apps weren't like that?
I think I
still
saw
there.
A video about that.
Yeah, like that. That was. They do that a lot. Sorry, they do that at a lot of campuses, man.
Kind of crazy.
I mean, it's not when you consider how much like raw bonking goes on. Like, Narg isn't wrong at all. He's not wrong in the slightest. But that's what they did, and I was like, why are they doing this? I was like, dude, I don't care about any of this. Dating apps completely ruined any meta that existed at all. It stopped being fun. You started being a number on a fucking page. That's why I keep trying to tell a lot of people is like, dude, it's like 60% of all relationships start online now, which includes Instagram. Like, you couldn't even told someone many years ago that Instagram would be used for this. That just doesn't exist to a lot of people. What?
It's been like MySpace.
Even
And even then-
MySpace, it would have been considered like kind
People
of
still went to
scandalous.
go outside to meet people back then.
But do you remember when like you would post on like an app or something, and some girl would say like, "Oh, well, listen, you could say that we met in the park or whatever." Like it was seen as like a bad thing to be on a dating app until I want to say like 2018 maybe. I feel like 2017, 2018, it became like commonplace. Like you feel the need to have to lie about who you met and how you met them. It was like seen as almost like a failure of your ability if you were on one. I know that sounds really bad and really rude, but like that's kind of the mentality you have to remember. Is it wasn't seen as like a good thing or a positive thing to be on a dating app. It was seen as like a detriment. No! Fuck. Let alone liking video games. I mean, like, fuck's sake, dude. Do we have to get 1,000 posts a year saying that that a lot of women don't like when you play video game? Remember was it a Fox News or was it a CNN thing where they were like, we don't like men that like gambling, video games, anime. It's like, well, bro, there's just nothing you could do. And I've watched dudes throw away their entire childhood.
Somebody says I don't like women that have OnlyFans.
Bite his head off, die, and lose. And that's crazy because I know quite a few women that do have OFs. Like, not big. You would never know who they are. But I remember distinctly seeing their OFs, and I was like, oh, that's what you're doing, huh? Another canon event. Another canon event that no one talks about is the psychic damage you receive from seeing a woman that you like do OF. Or do some form of online whatever.
Men's right activist. And she was like, oh, I have to stop using Ko-Fi since it doesn't give me the resources, so now I'm on OnlyFans. People are like, damn.
What?
We lost
But isn't
her.
Ko-Fi just a fucking payment processor?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure I use Ko-Fi right now. I forget which is the way that I get paid through YouTube. Or rather, which is the way the Dono link works. I forget what, because I haven't logged into it in fucking forever. But I'm pretty sure it's either Ko-Fi or Stripe or both. I can't remember, is the TLDR. And I probably should, because, if I'm going to put up memberships, I probably should do that. But I just haven't gotten around to that. I need to ask, I know Narg stepped away, but I need to ask, like, Narg, Viff, Devin, like, what would be some good ideas for, like, bonus streams or whatever? Or just in general, what would be some good membership goals? I'll think about it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I ain't gonna lie to you, Chief. I've been lazy. I've been lazy and I've been tired, which is why I come home and I sleep. And then, like, Max will show up, and, like, we technically should be recording right now. And maybe we will in a little bit, but you're off on Monday, right? Because it's a fucking holiday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I know if I shifted a day, it's not the end of the world because it's Memorial Day. And plus, it gives Max a little bit more time to get ahead. Now, the real question, Max, is does Legend of the Dark Knight or whatever have a co-op?
I think it does.
Crossplay?
Let me check.
Because if it has crossplay, then I will happily co-op with it. Or co-op with you. I don't have to stream it, you can actually just play it together. As long as it's not like The Force Awakens where you don't get save progress or whatever, because I hate that. I don't know why The Force Awakens does that. Like, basically, I did a whole ass playthrough for fucking free. And I was like, why? The pain of family tossing your stuff out? Well, Dad was hocking up the hot tub when it has filters. He tossed them his own stuff. What, he tossed his filters? What do you mean hocking up the hot tub? Like he was moving it? Is that a word I'm not familiar with? Hocking?
Oh, the game is local couch co-op only.
Fuck, what an L, dude. That was so perfect, man. Whatever.
I don't know what happened to Lego games for them to not do online anymore.
I just think they
but-
don't want to put the time into the net code. Listen, they'll make good games. I'm not here telling you that they're bad games. But what I think it is that they unfortunately just are like, yeah, it's not worth it. It's like, who does couch co-op in 2026? Like, I'm glad it's an option, but like, I feel most people would do it online. That's like the one thing that people probably would absolutely... Oh lord, my fucking contact is being crazy right now. Oh, cleaning and fixing? Okay. Next one is in the further area, right? Ah, Lord. What I wouldn't give for a Spyro 4. And I'll never ever get it either. Is it down here? Yes. I wonder how happy I was when I played the Reignited Trilogy for the first time. Like, I know the videos are there. I wonder how happy past me was. I feel like I was insanely over the moon because I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime gift from the heavens that somehow slipped the fucking net. Knowing we weren't supposed to get something like that. Okay, keep the turtles out the cauldron. What? This is like the most depressing plotline because it's basically like Call of the Void. Like you have a bunch of turtles willingly walking into like a soup cauldron. That's depressing. This is like sailors willing to jump into the ocean looking for like a hot mermaid. And don't get me wrong, you show me a redhead, you know, like listen, man, I'm all over it. I mean, the bigger thing is that she doesn't have legs.
The word of the day is legs. Spread them.
What?
It's a joke I heard once.
Awful. Good thing we don't rely on you for pickup lines.
May I meet you?
Oh, classic. Yeah, that. Yeah, you want to talk about boomers? Yeah, boomer advice for picking up women is walking up to them and saying, "May I meet you?" Who the fuck said that? I need to figure out who the fuck said that because it definitely was not ironic. He was being completely serious, and I'm like, dude, tell me you haven't dated since like fucking Vietnam. What are we even saying, Chief? Good Lord. May I meet you? Without a hint of irony. Dude, there's so many turtles on this second one. Okay. Yeah, I know I have the worst disadvantage in the world. I'm black. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Max, did you know?
Yep.
It's like my whole life is the fucking Clayton Bigsby skit on loop for eternity. Thanks, I didn't know. I had no idea. Kenna next week? Oh, is that Kenna stream live? Okay. Did I not hide it? I could have sworn I hid it. Filters were taking out for winter, never hooked it back. These 2-foot-long filters are very visible when you toss them. Dude, I had the same shit. Sometimes I will literally just, like, drop... Like, I've said this before. Like, in my house, sometimes what I will do, and I don't do this, like, to be malicious, is, like, I'll use something for a bit, and, you know, I'll put it down for a bit, right? you know, kind of done with it. We're missing 2 gems in Summer Forest. They're up top? No, they're over here apparently. What the fuck? You know, I'll use something for a bit, put it down, come back. Hey, where is it? Oh, I threw it out. You know how many times I had that in my fucking childhood? It's absolutely wild. Did we all see the finale of The Boys? Well, I didn't see it. I make fun of it because The Boys sucks, and it has sucked for a long time.
Definitely did.
And now the rest of us are... A lot of people are just catching up, dude.
It was horrible. I don't know what happened. It was
you know
it was
what
a
happened.
happier ending than the comic, at least.
But who cares? Like, having a happy ending isn't necessarily the hallmark of a good series. In fact, a lot of series end on a pretty grim, depressing note. And I would argue that they're actually, like, really good because of that. Except Dead Space, obviously. Dead Space is just, like, an unfortunate casualty of EA, but no, it's bad. I already ranted about it. It's stupid. No, guys, that's why I like the meme now that's going around, and I really hope it catches on, is, you want me to suck your fucking dick? I'll suck your fucking dick. I'll eat your shit in front of, on the White House lawn. So people have made all kinds of jokes about it.
If you watched it, because you watched episode 1, season 1 of The Boys, you're like, damn, Homelander's cool as fuck. You watch the final episode.
Yeah, and I still think Homelander's cool as fuck.
He's just begging for his life.
I just recognize that they did some stupid bullshit because people like the character. And what they do a lot of times, and they're not smug about what they do, is that they will see that people like a character, and then they will intentionally, like, write the character to be bad or shitty or poor. And they did it with Joker, Joker 2019. They were like, oh no, you like the character. You weren't supposed to like him. Well, then why did you write him to be likable, dipshit? And then they get mad when you don't, like, hate this character that they wrote as, like, a like an obvious, like, fucking parody character that you're supposed to hate. Well, then why did you write him to be likable then? Shouldn't you be glad that this movie found, like, everlasting meme support? Oh no, it's because the wrong people liked it, so we have to destroy it. I mean, that's what it ends up becoming.
We wanted to mess with the chuds.
Yeah, we want to fuck over the chuds, even if it destroys our franchise. And now they want to have, like, a new series called Vought Rising. And it's like, they announced it, like, the day after the finale. Like, dude.
Well, no, it was teased.
Right, but now isn't it official? Like, now they're actually, like, posting about it. Whatever. The point is that, oh, it's teased or whatever. Dude, they had misleading trailers, right? They had misleading posters for shit that didn't happen. And it makes me wonder how much of this fucking show was on the cutting room floor. Like, genuinely. And the problem with writing, like, political satire is that not only do you instantly date whatever it is you're working on, but your show kind of lives and dies by it, right? So, like, if it's bad, then it's bad. Like, you can't even pretend to have, like, a decent story if all you do is run around and just say, oh, Trump bad. This is the plot of my show, Trump bad, and I hope people will watch it because Trump bad. Bro, even people on Reddit are like, this is stupid, this sucks. You've lost the Redditors. That's like the easiest group to appeal to. Yeah, you literally made a character. Homelander is not a good guy, but he is a well-written character in, like, seasons 1 and 2. And then they just dragged it out for an extra, like, 3, 4, 5 seasons. Now I understand why people are like, every show needs to end after, like, a week or like a season or 2 or 3. I get it now. Because when every show turns into this, people obviously don't want it to last that long. Like me, I like long series. I love shonen because of that. You get to watch a shonen for like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 episodes. That shit's lit. Remember Amelia?
Not 1,000 episodes
the
like One
purple-haired
Piece.
chick. But that's because Britain isn't even a real country anymore. Britain is just a parody. It's 1984. You go to jail in Britain for fucking retweeting things that they don't like. Like, even if you think America is completely co-opted by Israeli interests, you don't go to jail for retweeting shit. You have to kind of do what Chud did, and even then, I don't know if that's gonna stick. I think it's just gonna be a wash of a trial. But maybe they'll get him, maybe they won't. I think it's kind of stupid regardless, but it is what it is. I I slept like a baby knowing they could release an entire series composed of entirely of a time loop where Homelander is tortured and Trump is still president and effing them the ass every day. I mean, like, it's the same shit as the Civil War movie from like a couple years ago, and people tried to gaslight me that this wasn't the fucking case. It's the same shit as the Civil War movie. They end the exact same way. They have the Trump stand-in getting blasted in the White House, in the Oval Office. Like, even Kingsman 2 did this, and Kingsman 2 is like a 2017 movie. So they've been doing this a long time. It just gets boring. It doesn't make for interesting story. Like, if Palpatine did this shit in Star Wars, I mean, it would actually be an upgrade, so I take that back for a minute, knowing how bad Star Wars is. Remember, I say this as someone that used to be a fucking super Democrat. I was a fucking expert Obama fucking D-rider. Oh yeah, you have to talk to this dude, I think, to make the fish spawn. Otherwise, they don't come
Spider.
back. Like, it was all cool and everything, and they changed how this cat looks, which I don't really like. It doesn't look like a panther anymore. It's really, like, super cartoony, but whatever. Like, and I say this as a dude that was, like, a super, super lefty way back when. Like, now I can't, like, you can't even enjoy your fucking movies and games and media anymore. Yeah, well, they don't know that the shit they're writing for, like, Homelander and The Boys isn't fringe either.
You can't kill me. I'm the Homelander!
Maybe they need to stop writing unlikable villains, because it seems like every time that a lot of these shows write a character, they just write it to be, like, lovable. And then they're, like, blown away when people fucking are like, wow, I really love this character. Like, well, yeah, no shit. I feel bad for this fish. Look at that. Apparently they did it with Man in the High Castle as well. That's a series I didn't watch. But basically being told that it does that is like an endorsement of it. I'm surprised you actually talked about Chud. Yeah, it's completely stupid. Like, did he maybe provoke it? Sure, but I've said this forever. We need to stop giving a ton of fucking, you know, power and lenient and, you know, energy to this fucking word, man. Because in my experience, some of the most racist people will not call you the N-word. They will make sure that you do not have opportunities, and they will make sure that they give their people and the people they like opportunities, and simultaneously ensure that you have none. And that you can't do things that they will let their people and their friends and their whatevers do based on a race basis, but you won't be able to do it. I think we give way too much power to the fucking N-word, 100%. Because some of the coolest people I've ever met use it like candy, and they're not black. A lot of them are Asian. Meanwhile, the super, you know, left-wing people that I know use it. They don't use it, but they will do things that just completely lock people out of it, and they don't care. I think that's like a canon event of being like a modern-day black dude that's like reasonably well-educated. You have to kind of come to terms with the fact that, like, a lot of the people that will tell you that they're, like, not racist at all are very racist. They just don't say the N-word. So that alone is not a good enough criteria to know if someone's racist or not.
You can't say the N-word, but then if Clarence Thomas does what he does...
Oh, and that too, by the way.
Just another dumb house, you know.
Yeah. Dude, awfuls and, like, super liberal Asian women are some of the most racist people I've ever met in my life. But that doesn't fit the narrative that they're not, like, Bible-thumping Tennesseans or some shit. Did we get the totem, by the way? Yeah, okay, let's leave. I'm leaving, by the way. Still better than DMC Season 2? You know, that's hard, man. What's worse? I think DMC Season 2 is worse. I know that I've been shitting on Homelander a lot more, but that's because it's like a meme, so it's kind of like a silly meme, like, oh, what do you want me to do? You want me to suck your fucking dick? I'll suck your dick, I'll eat your shit. Like, it just sounds like a fucking YouTube poop skit. You know what I mean? Like, it just literally, like, it just sounds fucking bad and stupid. So I guess that at the minimum is kind of like, okay, well, we could just like make fun of it, right? Like, we know it's bad. I think DMC Season 2 is just outright a disgrace and an insult to the memory of Devil May Cry. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're just cut from the same cloth. It's some dude that shouldn't work on this series talking about it and, you know, saying like, oh, well, I revitalized it. Like, no, he didn't. Adi Shankar had nothing to do with fucking DMC5, and DMC5 came out ages ago. He absolutely had nothing to do with it. No one even, I don't even think Castlevania was beyond its first season back then. Because Castlevania was like considerably an early Netflix adaptation, right? Like that was like one of the first Netflix adaptations.
What was it? Castlevania became bad after like what?
Season 3, yeah.
Yeah, what was it? You and Howard were saying, oh, they made Alucard bisexual.
Yeah, they unnecessarily do that, but whatever. That's like, it's not like Mara jading it, you know, where it's like, oh well, that's like an established part of lore that people like. So like, I don't really care. They didn't really make it. Like, we know why they did it, but it's not like really super relevant. I feel like every show now has to be like this, and I use this phrase very, very loosely, right? Like this witty deconstruction of what the established norms for that franchise were. And I feel like that's just wrong. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have to trial and error the shit out of this because I never remember this. There you go. What about Mara Jade? That people liked Mara Jade, so they were like, oh, you're not allowed to have Luke have Mara Jade. He's just this depressed emo fuck that just lives in the middle of nowhere. That's your great champion of the Jedi Order. But don't worry, Disney replaced him with something better. It's so good they can't even release anything new. I feel like I fucked up. Nope, this guy takes a crazy long path. Bring out GTA 6. Look, I think GTA 6 will be fine. I just don't like modern GTA. I'll just be honest. I think modern GTA is like over the top, like super silly. It's like GTA is supposed to be a parody, and then GTA has just become like a parody of itself. So that's why I'm not like a super big fan of like Grand Theft Auto. Like I feel like a lot of the storytelling and fun nuance that you used to have with like San Andreas and 4 has been completely shifted over in favor of like over the top like meme tier like humor. And I don't know, I just personally don't really enjoy it. But yeah, I think the Chud shit's stupid. I think the trial's a fucking sham. They set his fucking bail higher than actual like murderers and people who commit way worse crimes. It's just a stupid way to try to own somebody, specifically along political lines. And it's really fucking dumb. The whole situation is stupid. But remember, it's better to be dead than a racist in America, so.
Oh yeah, that picture with the mom and the daughter.
Ironically, the most racist people I know, and the ones that say the N-word the most, are left-leaning. Ask me how that works out. And they're not black. Somehow that always seems to be the fucking case, too. Oh, fucking hell. GTA 6 getting delayed because they thought they could get away with a super woke iteration, having to backtrack post-Trump term 2 is gold level irony. You know, I really think that is the case. I think that they were expecting a Kamala victory and they did not get it, so now all the humor doesn't work. But what would have been funnier is that if we did live in a Kamala America, like, it would still not work. Like, people wouldn't just say, well, the president determines if I think GTA 6's humor is good or not. Like, people would just play it and be like, oh, this is fucking stupid. So it's okay. Libs using the N-word is not racist? Yeah, obviously, dude. In fact, they'll lecture me on how to use it. You ever hear me use it in my content? Usually when Max and I are like talking the shit, like maybe. But even that's like a slip and I edit that shit out. Unless it's the case when with like the Nemesis fight in RE9. Or not Nemesis, sorry, the Tyrant fight. Like, that was intentional, 100%. I even knew at the exact moment I said it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna edit it later, but it'll be really funny in the moment. Max knows. I had some real anger in that exact moment. That was like that, oh. You ever been so pissed your blood is like lighting on fire, dude? Can't say Giga. It's Giga Bowser, that's for sure.
N1GG.
No, N1G4.
N1G4.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, wait, no, that's not an actual character in Disney Star Wars. Was that the joke I made?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the joke I made. I was like, oh yeah, my favorite droid. Bro, you guys should have known the crazies that I fucking went to school with. Oh, they don't hurt you? Okay. No, I'm not using any language like that on stream. That's intentional.
Make that one joke in Halo.
Oh yeah, Max being... Are you talking about the soccer ball droid? No, and hilarious. No, N1G4 doesn't exist. It's not a real droid.
Yeah, that just can't. That was just a joke.
That was a joke we made. Yes, now that we have to explain the joke, it sounds 1,000 times worse. Thanks. Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. We get the Michael Jackson. No, we get flossing, because that's the modern day change. Here you go, we get flossing. Are you guys ready? And you get air horns. There you go. Made for the kids. Oh my god, I floss just like Ninja in Fortnite.
Oh my god. Hey, Master Chief. Master Chief. Wait, you mean the guy from Fortnite?
Awful. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of people's introduction to games is like Fortnite characters. Their skins in Fortnite. Which, listen, I'd be totally down for. Why the fuck didn't they bring back, hold on. Why not Enigma for a rapper name? Because that's literally the name of the Riddler in Batman. Edward Nigma. I'm not kidding.
The guy this one hates so much.
Yeah, because he's the worst part of Arkham. And he's not the worst part because I think he's a bad character. He's the worst part because in order to get the 100% like true final ending for the game, you have to get all of his trophies. And my god, do I fucking hate that shit. Like, that shit is just bad, man. I'm sorry. Like, who the fuck thought that was... Like, that is the worst part of every Arkham game. Like, in Batman Arkham Asylum, it's tolerable, right? It's like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna dick around or whatever. Fine. Dude, it's fucking garbage in every other Batman game. Like, genuinely, it's awful. Who thought that was a good... Yeah, let's throw a mandatory grind in at the end of the game, man. Oh, and the enemies respawn, so you have to clear out areas and then go back and do stuff. It's like... That's like one of the few times where Batman, like, Arkham City just gets too complicated. What happened? Unburnt? Oh, don't take damage from the lava. I forgot. Hilarious. How about removed by Reddit? I'm not gonna lie, that would be a pretty dope name. I don't know what you just said, Viv.
Where's Bane?
Where is Earhart? I love the thick mommy elf from Metaphor. You know, Metaphor was getting slammed the other day because they were like, it's Persona but woke. And you want to know what's sad? As someone who played Metaphor, I don't think it's woke at all. I just think they didn't ludify the characters. So this is like one of those times where I'm kind of like, look, I get that everyone likes to say that everything is woke, but I genuinely don't think it's woke. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think that Metaphor is woke. I just think they wanted to tell a more traditional fantasy story. And I know they changed Hulkenberg's outfit, but I don't think it's woke. I think what they did was they changed the character. You know, they didn't maybe emphasize as much nudity. Probably weren't going for something as, you know, mature. Metaphor isn't as fucking ridiculous, even though the whole game is basically about racism a little bit. But the story of Metaphor, I think, is probably one of the weaker aspects. But the worst part of it is the grind at the end of the game. The grind at the end of the game fucking sucks. There was no reason to put that in the way they did. And I like the game, by the way. I did not even see it.
Yeah, I have to see if these guys want to watch Mirai Nikki tonight.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, we're all gonna watch it, buddy.
Why are we rewatching fucking Mirai Nikki, bro?
It's funny, I told my coworker we're gonna watch it. He's like, oh my god, I hate that anime.
Oh my
I thought
god,
it was
HR,
so hard.
hello?
He was like, I thought that anime was so garbage.
It is. I think Mirai Nikki is awful.
What, you don't want a woman like you know that bad, bro?
No, the whole idea... Dude, you understand this is like Hideki Anno intentionally making Rei and Asuka unlikable? It's the same shit, dude. Like, do you really think that the goal was to have you waifu Yuno Gasai?
He loves you, bro.
No, she really... Dude, like, that's the most memorable thing about Mirai Nikki. You know, Saros was actually woke or HR slop. Yeah, Saros sucks. The end of the story is awful. I will not spoil it here, obviously, because
I feel
would be
bad for the
annoyed.
dude that voice acts the main character.
Yeah, like,
really
I feel
do.
bad for the actors, right? Like, it's not their fault. That it's like Anthony Starr. I feel bad for Anthony Starr, because he basically hard carried that series. Just like that Nikolai, whatever, the guy that plays Jaime Lannister. Like, Game of Thrones has, like, such an iconic cast of people. But then they ruined it with a bad story. You know, like, Star Wars literally has a star-studded cast of good voice actors and good talent. And then they ruined it. You know? Like, I feel bad. Like, it's not the voice actor's fault. They just write fucking shit. That didn't break it. Even video games, man. Like, a lot of times I'm not even mad at the video game voice actors. Like, am I going to tell them they shouldn't take a payday because of XYZ? Well, maybe, but not normally. Like, if they're big, maybe, but I still understand why they wouldn't, right? Like, money's money, bro. Like, I'm not going to... No one is going to tell me not to take a payday for whatever reason. Like, fuck that. Like, money is money, dude. Principles don't put food in my stomach. You gotta try to draw a fucking line somewhere. So I get it. Man, this game looks a lot better than I remember.
I like the fact that the Lego games have voice acting now.
Yeah, but after playing Lego Batman fucking 3, oh good lord, what the hell happened? Not canon.
Oh, you didn't like all the suit switching?
Yeah, Lego Batman 3 kind of went a little bit too hard with some of that. Definitely the weakest part of it. Kind of wish they didn't do that. Like, I think Lego Batman 1 is just really pure of form, if that makes sense. Yeah, Saros is a cut game. Yeah, why not? Compared to how cool Returnal is, like, let's be fair here. Returnal, I think, looks much cooler than Saros. Returnal has that, like, alien vibe, you know? I don't think there's anything wrong with Returnal, but Saros basically didn't move nearly as many units, and it didn't have the barriers that Returnal had. If you remember when Returnal came out, that was like early COVID era PS5 when no one had one, and it still sold more units, which means that no one wants Saros. That game was just dead on arrival, which is sad because I don't even think Returnal's bad, man. I feel like doing another Cal Kestis run. I told Max that if Cal doesn't survive his third game, I'm done with Star Wars for life. Like, this is 100%.
You were almost done with Resident Evil.
Yeah, I said the same thing about fucking Leon not surviving, but I had a feeling they weren't going to have Leon not survive. But, you know, at least Resident Evil has given me good games. Star Wars, to me, hasn't really been good in a long time. They're big mad they can't make cuckoldry as big as molestation. I mean, whatever floats the boat. Hentai just has a different barrier to entry. Like, I think people that like anime kind of are more accepting of it, whereas in video games, nobody likes to feel like they do a bunch of stuff for nothing, you know? And this is one of the most criticized parts of Last of Us 2, is the shitty ending, where it's just like, well, what did I do all this for? Meanwhile, like, the same plot line exists in Assassin's Creed 2, and people still say the same shit about it, right? Like, people still hit Assassin's Creed 2 with the, oh, you know, it's the same plot line of I won't become as bad as you if I kill you. Like, I feel like it works better there because the theme of the game isn't constant bloody revenge at any cost. In fact, that's actually the whole purpose of him not doing it, and it's still considered controversial, right? Like, Aang taking away Fire Lord's bending was like, gets the same amount of flack. But again, I think it fits because air nomads are pacifists. They don't kill. So Aang found, you know, for lack of a better word, the golden path away from it. You know, like, I feel like stuff like that kind of works, right? Like, it can work if the setting works. Last of Us is meant to be a gritty, hyper-realistic, no one is safe style universe. It's not like a fantastical story like Assassin's Creed or, you know, Last Airbender. And that's why it doesn't work as well for the other ones. Oh, let's go this way, actually. Itachi was a better pacifist? That's ironic, right? He doesn't actually mean that, correct? He's joking, right?
Hope so.
Itachi was a pacifist. He only killed all his family and clan members. Oh, you know what? I think he means compared to Ellie. You know, I would actually agree if you compare it to Ellie. Like, yeah, Itachi killed a whole bunch of people, but ultimately he probably, and this is the sad part, he saved more lives than otherwise, because they would have had a very bloodied, protracted civil war. But again, this is one of the most debated topics in all of Naruto to this day. Is Kishimoto says Itachi's the smartest guy in the verse, and basically he was presented with an unsolvable problem, and I think a lot of people just take that as, well, he's stupid. Well, I think it's more like the problem was unsolvable. There was no way that he could have possibly solved years and decades of the Leaf bullshit. But to be fair, a lot of it is just Danzo being written years later. Like, unfortunately, Danzo just ends up being this character that always existed, but we all know deep down he didn't exist, right? It's like Star Warsing it a little bit. It's like, you know, all these Star Wars characters didn't exist when we wrote this, or when we wrote it. Yeah, I wish I could take credit. I'm Adi Shankaran right now. You know, like, none of these characters existed back then. So, you know, it's kind of weird. They don't make the cow noise anymore? Yeah, I don't know why I do this level without getting the ladder climbing ability. That's a mistake I should not do, and I'm glad I didn't do this time around. Okay. Well, I was curious. No, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading anything that he put. Wish you could play as an alien villain or a pro tag for Star Wars already. Like an alien villain, like in Aliens? I don't know, like there are games where you play as the alien, right? Like that AVP from 2010 game. I remember when that shit was new. They had that demo. Remember when you could get a demo for a game before it launched? Yeah, that's fucking gone. Try telling that to someone today. Like back in the day, you used to have like demos for a big game before it came out. This shit just doesn't even exist today. Like you can't even do that. Think about how dope that was. That's actually how I got convinced to buy Bayonetta. Is I remember playing the Bayonetta demo and I was like, yo, this is fucking lit. Like I genuinely bought games I probably would have never bought otherwise, purely because they had demos. It was actually very effective. AVP 2? I didn't play AVP 2. Unless you mean the game or the movie. Which is the one that everyone shits on. Like all these crossover movies get shit on, but they're like the best performing movies in their franchises. Like, do I really want to watch fucking, was it Requiem? No. What was the one with Jussie Smollett, Max? Do you remember? What was the alien what was the alien movie with Jussie? Covenant. Covenant. That was the one, right after Prometheus. Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Jussie Smollett is an actor who literally feigned a race crime, a hate crime in Chicago. He said two dudes in Trump hats like poured bleach on him and like threw a rope at him. It turns out he had two Africans like come after him to try to like do the shit to him. And he hired them to do it. He was basically using it to boost his career. Dude was really willing to fan the flames of a race war just to get a fucking plus in his acting career.
We had people like Amanda Seales say what he did was low-key noble.
Yeah, like, and then people cheer on what he did. Like, it's so gross, but anyway. That's not supposed to happen. Gentlemen, I may have glitched out the game. Him being consigned to oblivion is hilarious. I mean, yeah. How could you respect someone that does this? Like, by the way, I've glitched out this game on this level before. Unfortunately, this means we're gonna have to replay the level. I hope you guys know. Like, we're actually gonna have to replay the level. Maybe I could die and it will reset it. Maybe I could die and reset it. Let me die. Because if I leave the level, I'm going to have to restart everything. So I need to actually get hit and die. Because if I quit the game, I think it's going to restart the level as well. So thankfully, there's actually some enemies I could get hit by. Namely, these dudes up here. Oh, you actually have to do this one. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of the Twitch streamer who got sent to jail. Smollett.
Oh, Somali.
Oh, Johnny Somali? Yeah, no. Different guy. Smollett. Yeah, he was in Alien he was in Alien Covenant. I don't know why I keep saying Alien versus Predator. Now he plays a minor role in the movie, so don't take this as like some crazy endorsement, but he basically plays a minor role in the movie. Dude, Warlord, I was telling Max this. I was like, dude, the reason why I don't care about The Boys story is because they didn't write it because they wanted to make a good story. They wrote it because they just wanted to make an anti-Trump story. They didn't actually care about the plot lines they were making. They didn't care about, you know, the storylines that they were creating. All they wanted to do was make a fucking gotcha. So, like, why would I care about a story where even the creators are just making it as, like, a political timepiece? It's not good storytelling. It's not interesting writing. It's just them being hacks. Like, to me, that's not impressive. Like, I wouldn't make a story that is specifically about someone I don't like politically. Why? Because that dates it. It makes it boring. It makes it bland. Okay, we have to die to these dudes because otherwise these stupid cowlicks are gonna stay merged together. Shit. Was he the captain? I was like, he was in an AVP movie? No, sorry, it's an Alien movie. Alien Covenant. I think he was the pilot of the ship. He has some shower scene with, like, one of the characters. It's really stupid. Hey, K-Don. I'm sorry, Spyro. This game is glitchy. There's nothing I could do. If I leave the level, we have to replay the whole level. This is actually just faster. Thank you. All right,
Please, Revan, don't kill me. I'll do anything.
Oh,
I'll
my
suck your
fucking
dick.
God, I hate you. I hate it so much because it's so unnecessarily bad, too. I think that's the worst part, is it's so, like... Is it boys over the top? Sure, but it just sucks. Like, at least the meme is good. It's like when Last of Us 2 came out, and, like, the only thing you could even really do with Last of Us 2 was just meme it to oblivion. Like, Fat Geralt, the finger bite... You know, like, there's at least a lot of memes that came out of Last of Us 2. Yeah, he was a really minor role in the movie. His only role is to get slaughtered in a stupid sex scene turned slaughter scene. Oh my god, I don't need to talk to you. He wants to bone a bird that's literally voiced by a man.
Sex scene in an Aliens movie.
Yeah, dude.
Ugh.
You know, all these franchises have just not been good in, like, the last 40 years. Like, can we just, like, make something different, even if it's a remix? Like, at this point, I just am, like, so beyond caring about almost any of it. And I'm not even, like, a huge Alien fan. I'm kind of an Alien fan because Metroid is based off of Alien. Like, that's pretty much the extent of me liking Alien. Okay. Do not glitch out again, please. Okay. We can leave them there. We don't have to do that. Let's actually do the level now. Wow. Much difficulty. Very hard. The professor looks weird. I don't know why. He doesn't look like I imagine him to look like. It's a very interesting way to put it. But yeah, in the original, you didn't have to get one seed. You could skip it. Here, I think you kind of have to in the remake. You pretty much do. Something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I remember watching Covenant. I saw a lot of movies around that time. I saw Logan. I saw the Belko Experiment. I forget. There were a couple I really enjoyed, but, you know, outside of a handful, it wasn't really worth it. Listen, I thought about doing another ZA stream, but I really should, like, put a subtitle, The Road to 100K, because it's really what this is. 100,000 gamer score will be in my reach. So we might end up replaying Crash 1 and 2 again. We're not going to go for, like, all achievements or anything, because we didn't even do that on the PlayStation version, but I do think I would like to go back and do that as well. Like, I probably have enough games that if I just play them, I could get 100,000 gamer score, right? Like, obviously, some of them are going to be repeat playthroughs. Like, am I going to replay Doom the Dark Ages? Maybe. I never did play the Doom Eternal DLC, though. People swear it's like the best Doom DLC.
Apparently it's harder than the main story.
Yeah, and if you remember, Doom Eternal was actually, like, pretty hard. Like, Doom the Dark Ages isn't nearly as hard. Especially with the parrying. Okay. So I don't know, maybe I'll probably do that. But Doom the Dark Ages and Resident Evil Requiem are like way, way, way expensive. So that's why I don't want to really do it. Like Resident Evil Requiem is still 61 bucks. Like I don't know if I want to pay $61 for Resident Evil at the moment. Oh shit.
Yeah, and Resident Evil 9 getting DLC.
Yeah, I mean, like, isn't that like a good reason to get it for the Xbox then? So I could
Possible.
play the DLC.
Yeah, possible Ada.
Possible Ada sighting. If they confirm Leon versus Ada, or Leon and Ada are married, do you know how many people are going to be fucking melting down? Like, people have literally spent the last several weeks on Twitter saying, oh no, it's not possible, Ada sucks, they would never do that to Leon. And I just hope that they do it just so A, I win, and B, all these people have to like fucking re-into eternity.
Some people tried to say it was Sherry, that's his wife.
Jesus Christ. Like, it's not even on some weird shit, it's just like, I don't really see that as like a good couple, personally. Claire Claire doesn't like him canonically anymore, really. Like, because Claire wants to, you know, pull a Mary Jane and just be some super at least Claire is good at what she does, okay? Like, can we at least say that? Unlike Mary Jane, she's at least kind of competent. Mary Jane just throws herself into bad situations where she has no superpowers and she could just get bodied at any moment because Insomniac has to force you to play as her. Do you see this fucking cowlick, by the way? Do you see this cowlick? Do you see it? Do you see it? Screen moment.
Cowlick.
Bro is trying to walk. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Please tell me he flew backwards. Where did he go? He didn't go anywhere. Is he stuck? No. Okay. I cannot believe I landed them on top of each other. Look at this. This is definitely the glitchiest part of the Reignited trilogy, 100%. This is one of. You know, everyone's favorite part of Spider-Man, you know, a game about superheroes and superpowers and supervillains. Yeah, let me play as the lady that works for the New York Times. Wow, very stunning, very brave. I love it. More, please. And they'll hear that and be like, I guess we have to give more. Millions of people want more Mary Jane. Like, yes, I'm also the guy that says you can't every time, like, you know, a character comes on screen. But man, they really force those MJ segments, and they really want you to think MJ is doing something really crazy and really awesome instead of something really stupid and foolish. And I think that's like the undertones of those sequences are what really get me. Because every time Mary Jane does this, I'm like, you are not Peter. You know, one bullet and you're just dead. Like, what are we even doing here? Do you see this shit, by the way?
Jesus. Okay, what the fuck, Ian?
Okay, we need to get that. Yeah, this is why I don't like Zephyr. Zephyr takes the longest, man. Soy Jack meme face. Oh my god! Another heckin' Mary Jane sequence to own the chuds! What the fuck? Is it down or is it up? I have no idea. There are bottles in here, right? There is a floating bottle. I have to take out my contact in a minute. This shit is bothering the shit out of me. Oh, yeah, the mystery jug. I didn't do it. The chug jug. Instead of showing her with Scream abilities making a good story. I mean, Spider-Man 2 just isn't as good, man. I'm sorry. I think Spider-Man 2 is just... The first game felt way fresher. The second game, it feels like... You know how you play Xenoblade 1, then you played Xenoblade 2, and then 3, like, all the characters have different, you know, different styles of play? I feel like they just made... But, like, at the end of the day, it's still like a Xenoblade 2 game style. Like, I don't know. I feel like unfortunately, the characters, Miles playing the way he does is fine, but Peter, like, not having the gadgets and stuff anymore was kind of a little bit of a downgrade, I feel. I kind of like that Peter had, like, a bunch of gadgets in the first game, and that's why I like the first game more than the second one. The second game just has, like, hype moments, whereas the first game feels like a better game. You know? What are we missing? Oh my lord. I'm getting fucked over right now. Yeah, because of the grass, sometimes it's hard to see gems in the grass. Okay. No, I can't get the fridge off me, Max. What will I do?
My God, Spider-Man pinned down by a fridge.
Yeah, you spend the whole game throwing cars around like it's nothing and you get pinned by a fridge. They did the same thing with Homelander. They're like, oh, Homelander can move 2 space and back in like 2 seconds, but he's gonna get fucking pinned down and can't run away. Like, it's the same shit, dude. Characters are only as weak or as strong as they need to be for the plot to progress. And sometimes that could be fine, depending on how you write it, but usually it just ends up making characters feel like a cop-out, you know? I don't really feel like they beat Homelander. I feel like Homelander became a sacrificial pawn in an out-of-universe plot that only exists in our universe, right? Like, this is a story, and then, like, in our real world, the guy wanted to write something so anti-Trump that it completely destroyed his actual work.
It also kind of shit on everything the ones who made the comic book did.
Yeah, like, Garth Ennis is really good at what he does. I think years later he made, like, Crossed, I think it is. Help me, step Mary Jane. Yeah, the fridge is falling on me. Like, they need to stop having this adversarial relationship between superheroes and, like, their girlfriends and significant others. It just doesn't feel right, man. Like, it just ends up feeling really awful. I'm sorry, there's no nice way to put it. Sometimes, like, it just feels bad. Like, do I want to have Mary Jane bitch at Peter because, oh, well, you don't know how hard it is to work for J. Jonah Jameson? Like, okay. Am I supposed to feel bad for her? She just ends up coming across like a bitch. Like, what? Do I care what happens to you in your cozy Midtown Manhattan? Like, you know, you could do anything you want, write any slop for J. Jonah Jameson? Oh, no, guys, she has to work a job like the rest of us that she doesn't particularly enjoy. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. And then they take down all the mods that remove the fucking Mary Jane segments.
Oh yeah, we should talk about Plantation Simulator while we're at it.
I mean, yeah, sure. They fucking had a great idea and then they fucking ruined it there. I'm so fucked. I don't know what I did wrong here. Well, I could probably take a guess. No, I left the last one over here. Fuck. I know exactly what I have to do. Besides Narg being provocative and racist. I mean, like,
what's a better relationship to you
what?
In the Arkham games? Batman and Catwoman or Batman and Talia?
Batman and Catwoman. 100%. Even though Catwoman can, like, just actually says screw Batman and leaves him to die in the non-canon shit, which they actually do understand it's non-canon and they play, like, a rewind effect. They're like, no, she wouldn't actually do that. That would be villain Cat. I like that Catwoman is not always, like, a super villain. Like, I think that in her own way, portraying her in, like, a moral quandary of greed versus doing the right thing is a really powerful story in and of itself, should they choose to tell it. The problem is that they would need to tell such a story. And I mean, like, let's be fair here. That kind of story would require a good amount of nuance that I don't think they're capable of writing currently in Hollywood.
You didn't like Talia al Ghul?
I think Talia in, what was it called? The Dark Knight Rises? I forget what her actress's name is, but she's really attractive. That was a very, very compelling scene. That was like Anne Hathaway in her prime, the other lady in her prime. You could never get a Batman movie made like that. We will never have Batman movies like the Christopher Nolan movies ever again. That will never happen. It cannot be allowed to happen. That shit was fire, dude. Where's this thing? Is it behind the waterfall? Yeah, here we go.
We've been having a crime problem here in Metro Speedway.
Yeah, we know. It's called New York City. If you don't report crime, does crime happen? I mean, they basically do the same shit. I mean, Max knows this. Like, if it rains in New York, some of these fucking streets actually become like Leviathan EX. Like, you're just literally trying not to get fucking super soaked. And like, there's tons of drains that are just completely clogged and all fucked up. They're never gonna fix them. That's just how New York is. We just don't fix anything here. How else are all these people gonna embezzle city taxpayer money, dude? Got it. Very nice. I mean, let's be fair here, folks. I could probably finish most of Ripto's Rage today, because Ripto's Rage is short. I hate to say it. It's the one everyone loves, but it's kind of short. And then on some other future day, we'll come back and we'll do, some other future day, like either tomorrow or Monday, probably. Monday we'll probably finish it up, and then we'll move on to like Metroid or something. I don't know, because I actually want to play Metroid Prime. It's been a long time since I played Metroid Prime, so I would actually enjoy that. That would be kind of fun. Life is too short, man. I gotta play the games I love, you know, pretty often. Go to a new portal. Oh, she could do that. So that's the problem. I played this game so long, I just don't even know. Did you hear that? Dude, of course I heard that he took money from New York State. I live here. And then they acted like he solved cancer. Like, no, we do this every year, guys. They're supposed to balance the budget every year. That's literally how this works every year, regardless of mayor. You have to understand that, like, New York is just completely comprised of fucking stupid dumbasses. And so anything that sounds good, they instantly just lasso to. And I, I was talking to a bunch of people. I'm like, how do you think he's going to make buses free? And they can't answer it. They just know that that's a campaign pledge. That they can't actually tell you how it'll happen. It will just happen because he said it.
How is he gonna make the buses free? I want to talk about it.
Yeah. People get asked, like, how is he gonna make the buses free? I don't know. Oh, this shit looks so different. I must have been playing the original version last time.
There was actually a bat suit Batman wore that was rainbow colored to distract the villains.
By the way, this game is a victim of censorship because these guys used guns in the original. Now they're using slingshots. If Looney Tunes came out today and wasn't such a staple of American, like, culture, they would censor the fuck out of everything. Did you hear, Viv? You live in like Washington or something. Did you hear that the Seattle mayor had to suck dick to keep Starbucks from hopefully leaving the city and taking a bunch of jobs?
Oh.
Yeah, Mamdani had to do the same shit apparently to Jamie Dimon and a bunch of other people. Because the problem is that, like, if they take all their... like, people always say the rich don't pay enough taxes, and that's a fair argument, but they still pay a lot. And if they leave, they don't have to pay that. They'll just pay it to, like, fucking Florida or someplace. So they're like, oh, well, you know, just leave New York. We don't need you anyway. Well, it turns out they do need them. They do need them and their money.
We're gonna increase, what was it Mamdani was gonna do? Increase the land tax or something like that?
The estate tax. Yes.
Yeah.
He threw it back. Dude, these monkeys, like, literally throw the coconuts backwards. It's so stupid. He should not be allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah, he also has a Twitch channel now.
Oh, yeah, he had a Twitch channel? What do you think happened when this dude opened up a fucking Twitch channel, man? What do you think happened? What do you think happened on his first Twitch stream? Come on, dude. Bro couldn't even put on slow mode, dude. Like, are you for real? You know that when you go into Twitch, for those of you who don't stream, that you have a whole roster of tools you could use to control the chat at any point. Like, I don't ever use them because no one ever watches me on Twitch. But, like, genuinely, there's a whole roster of tools that you could use to control the chat at any point. So him letting people spam ass keys like that is just because he's an idiot and he doesn't know how to run a Twitch channel. Or whatever intern that he had running it doesn't know how to run a Twitch channel. Like, literally, it's in your Twitch studio. You could just use it at any point. It's right there. You could completely lock the chat into emote only mode if you really need to. Slow mode, emote only. People had to have been following for X amount of time. You know, I mean, like, I guess I have to give him credit, right? Like, he left the chat open. Let's see if that lasts. But I think the bigger issue is that he just didn't know. It's not that he thought it was some great First Amendment moment. I just think he didn't know. They need to stop using Twitch to appeal to people. I'm sorry. It never works. You're going to get trolled to oblivion, man. You hear that California's going to tax you for 10 or so after you move out of the state? No, I did not hear that. That feels unenforceable. I somehow don't think that they will actually be allowed to do that.
I remember hearing about the sin tax.
Yeah, like, I also don't know if Florida's going to be able to pull that one off, to be fair. However, it would be pretty dope if they were able to pull it off.
Ain't had an OnlyFans.
Bro, this guy is like, they're actually better with these guns. Okay, ugh. Yeah, it's always about taxes, and never like, hey, how can we make things better for the people that are actually here? So we don't have random clips of half the world seeing that New York just turns into a flood zone for no fucking reason. I don't think that was in Manhattan, though. But, like, that's part of the problem, is, like, when I make fun of Brooklyn or the Bronx, like, it shouldn't be because, well, they're just, like, shitholes that, you know, only minorities mostly live in. Like, it should be like, hey, we take care of every part of the city equally because every part of the city matters because you're all New Yorkers and we all fucking respect you for living here and making this city what it is. Instead, you get the honor of living in a borough with some of the highest crime, and, when it rains, it's basically like a fucking mudslide, and there's nothing we could do about it for some reason every year. This is not just a problem that started 5 minutes ago. This is not a Mamdani issue. This is just a New York City issue that never gets fixed. Fortunately, most of Manhattan, that's not an issue. But that's because people with money live in my part of Manhattan, so it's okay. Like, they're not going to allow that to happen. Man, the rolling is actually pretty helpful. Oh, you know what game I have to install on my Xbox? I told you I bought the 4 terabyte SSD, right, Max?
Yeah.
It's so helpful, by the way. But yeah, you want to know what I fucking bought? I bought the 4
What?
terabyte SSD. Dude, this shit is so good. Was there a woman who got off the bus and fell into a manhole? I don't know if the woman that fell into the manhole was the same woman that got off the bus. I don't think that's... They're 2 different women. I don't know if that woman got off a bus. I just know she walked into a manhole and she unfortunately died. Like, it's actually very sad. Yeah, they will do this, man. Ugh, I gotta change his contact, man. This shit is bothering me. Oh yeah, he's not Bombo the flag anymore, or the flag keeper. He used to be. He's no longer. This level probably got hit the hardest because this game came out before 9/11. So like a lot of the stuff and a lot of the jokes are just not landing anymore. Like they, or well, I don't know, they censored it. Let's call it what it really is. But that's not that's not, unfortunately, there's a lot of times where construction in New York is just like a complete danger. So yeah. Not from New York, but it seems like a spending and too much government restrictions. Well, you're not from New York and you more or less nailed it on the fucking head.
Oh.
So now if you could figure that out, why can't people from New York figure it out? Like elected officials.
We can't spend enough on homeless people apparently too.
Yeah, we spend some of the most in the country on homeless people and on individual students, and our students are fucking awful. Apparently,
and our homeless people are still homeless.
Well, yeah, obviously. California does it worse, though. California will literally just not improve anything. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure if we give them another $1 trillion, they'll figure it out. What do I know? I'm an asshole playing Spyro the Dragon. You know, that's actually not even really a fucking terrible point, because I've lived in New York longer than Mamdani's been in America. Oh no! Hilarious. Don't worry, a couple more bajillion dollars, they'll fix it, guys. Hilarious. Okay, whatever. And they know about this, by the way. They know exactly what drains have bad, like, drainage. They just do not fix it. So, like, that poor woman could have literally died. I hope she sues the city. Maybe they'll fucking fix it if they get sued. Isn't it sad that, like, nobody just goes out of their way to say, listen, we need to just take care of this. Today's the day. Like, they have to get sued first, probably, before they'll fucking do it. Like, you have to fight them in court because they didn't do the right thing. Like, isn't that nice? New York representatives are garbage, man. Every single one of them. Here.
You're so close, Spyro.
AI data centers are evil. I mean, I think the bigger issue is that companies are using AI as a crutch to not hire people. I think that's probably the bigger problem. Very nice. Like, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but sales tax in New York is 9% effectively. It's 8.875%. So it's basically 9%, come ready for 10%. It's absolutely ridiculous. The only reason why I feel so positively about New York is because it's literally my home. Like, I've lived here my whole life. Oh, look at the targeting on this. That's why, like, a lot of people that I know do not live in New York anymore. Especially if you want to raise a family, like, you're just fucking torpedoing yourself living in New York.
Great job, Agent Spyro. Okay.
Fixing a problem is not as politically advantageous as using it. Yeah, if they fix the problem, they can't milk it for the rest of eternity. It'll just be fixed. But that's something that we just don't demand as citizens. We don't fucking punish them enough for it. You know, like some of these dudes have literally made entire careers in politics, and nothing in New York has actively gotten worse. So. What do you do when you take back stolen loot? Yeah, you just blow it because you didn't earn it. I mean, that's the biggest thing is like when you take someone else's money and you didn't earn it or you didn't make the money yourself, you don't understand how much effort it went into making the money in the first place. So you don't value it as much. Like if I just showed up and everyone that showed up on my stream just was like, you had to pay $5 to get into this stream at all, right? Like, you know, like, am I going to really value it as much as if I had to actually like make content that people want to spend $5 for? Like if you were compelled into this stream, it's fundamentally different, you know, if you pay $5 and you're forced to sit here than if you gave $5 willingly. Like I would feel very different about it. But that's just how unfortunately taxes and everything work. It's completely unearned. What the fuck was that? Oh, can you skip this, by the way? Oh, no. Yes, you can. Okay, thank you. Alright, so every time I do Fracture Hills, I just speed run right to the end. Just get the fuck out. I mean, like, we could grab some stuff on the way, but, you know. Uzumaki Chronicles would be a good stream. You know, maybe someday, actually, yeah. He really ate me. I'm up here. I'm literally in the air, and he anti-aired me. What the fuck? Alright, very nice. Oh, my eye. Dude, I have to get this thing out. I can't even see. I watch a channel that goes over rinse. They're crazy. Yeah, and you spend like $3,000 for the privilege to live in a fucking closet.
Why are there so many characters in this game on wheelchairs?
And that's why I'm never, ever, ever leaving where I am. I've seen places where you spend $1,000 to get like a 1-bedroom and you share the fucking bathroom with people down the hall. It's basically just a glorified college dorm. It's great, guys. You should try it. In fact, everywhere around the country should live like this. Like, even parts of where I am, like, if you go up to, like, 109th and Broadway, like, it's just a complete shit show. Like, they have shootings there all the time. They have everything, but you're just never allowed to talk about the actual issues, so it just never will get better. Okay. The reason why we don't do this level is because the Hunter mission requires us to head bash. So there's no point in us doing everything else. We're gonna have to come back to this level anyway. Where's the entrance? There it is.
Oh, hi, Greg.
Okay. You know, do they ever talk about if these are like Alora's people or not? No, but you know what would be a good game? Would be, were they playing pan flutes? Yeah, they were playing bagpipes, I think. Tell Ash she would lose if Adi Shankar... Why would I tell Ash that? Ash doesn't care about Adi Shankar. Ash probably has no idea who that is. Ash doesn't... Oh, you mean Max? Yeah, Max, you would lose if... You would lose it if Adi Shankar made a Borderlands 2 series there. Yeah, that's not Ash. Ash is not Max. Max is not in the Discord, just so you know. Max is He's not in the stream Discord. Ash
Oh
is
boy, if
completely
Addy
separate.
Shankar ever did that, holy shit. You know what? I wouldn't care. Borderlands is already campy humor enough as it is.
Borderlands sucks is what it is. So it wouldn't matter. You can't fuck up Borderlands any more than Borderlands.
Okay.
Bro, there's no way you're telling me that Borderlands 1 and 2 are on the same level as Borderlands 3 and 4.
Well, I never said that now. I just said Borderlands isn't so bad if you don't play past 2.
If you don't play half the series.
Pre-sequel unfortunately catches flack because it's literally the Phantom Menace and Halo 4 treatment.
You want to know what's sad, man? Like, a lot of these old games are just better now because, like, everything after them sucks. That's like a fallacy in and of itself, man.
If they had Adi Shankar making a Gundam series, I'd lose my shit.
Adi Shankar, you have the opportunity to do the most damaging thing to this man possible. So naturally, the monkey's paw will curl and he'll make a Deus Ex series. Where Adam Jensen flosses. Or some shit. Oh no. That's awful. You know, I used to like video games. And then every video game became a political messaging propaganda piece instead of just for fun. Like, actual movie humor became YouTube poop humor.
Yeah.
That's like one of the least favorite things about like modern day movies.
They reboot Mr. Robot and they have Adi Shankar direct it.
They're never rebooting it. Sam Esmail would never allow that to happen. Like, bro, you really have to sit here and defend your shit to the death. Like, the bitter, bloody end. That's why there's never going to be an Ed, Edd and Eddy thing, because I think Danny Antonucci owns the rights, so they have to go through him, and if he doesn't say yes, it never happens. That's why, unlike Powerpuff Girls getting Bubbles on her back and getting that shit canceled and, like, all this other stuff, I think a lot of these creators own the rights to it, so they can't just, like, you know, walk out one day and say, hey, let's just remake Ed, Edd and Eddy. That was really popular, you know, 20 years ago. And I think the last episode of Ed, Edd and Eddy aired a long time ago. Yeah, old movies and games are better, and think about all the old movie video games. Like Ed, Edd and Eddy The Misadventures is like a really silly, stupid Ed, Edd and Eddy game. It's probably the best Ed, Edd and Eddy game, though. Otherwise, you have to play Jawbreakers, and then there was that one for the DS that wasn't probably any good. Imagine what a new Final Fantasy game is going to be like. Yeah, I try not to. Look, say what you will about Yoshi
directing a Final Fantasy game.
I fucking hate you. He wouldn't direct it, he'd write for it. But I don't know, man. To me, it's like... Say what you will about Yoshi P. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people like him. A lot of people think that he's, you know, the worst thing that happened to Final Fantasy. I mean, I would argue objectively he's probably one of the best things that happened to Square Enix, because without his direction, 14 would have never even gotten to the high point that it got to. You know, even if you think 14 is going forever downhill for the rest of eternity, at least he was able to get it to a state of complete profitability. Even now, it's still profitable. So you have to respect Yoshi P for that, if nothing else. But, like, God, could it be any worse, dude? You're right, it was bagpipes. Yeah, the pan flute's the talisman. Final Fantasy VIII for a Netflix series. That, I mean, look, I'm not like a huge fan of Final Fantasy VIII, so I can't really cry too much about it, right? I always wondered what the music of this area was supposed to be, by the way. Okay, do the hunter shit. I think I said one time it would be really good chopped and screwed music. I think back then I was listening to a lot of chopped and screwed. Listen, they make Final Fantasy VII, I think they're really going to find out, because, like, some of the stuff they've been working on are, like, kind of niche. Like, DMC's kind of niche. And what is it? Castlevania's kind of niche. Like, I think if Adi Shankar worked on a game that a lot of people yell about all day, I think it would be a completely different outcome, considering how much backlash DMC has gotten already. But I mean, then again, that could work against me because nobody ever plays Final Fantasy VII. No one's ever beaten the game. You know, all these people that say they have, they've never done it. It's never happened, man. Playing games is for chumps. Oh yeah, you just have to steal it from him. Whoa! Yeah, they actually added like a stunned animation to Hunter. I don't think he had that in the original. Okay. You know, people talk about 7 all the time, and they talk about like, wow, Avalanche is totally right, and even Barrett says Avalanche was not totally right. But, you know, you'd have to actually play the game, and playing the game is a lot harder than like not playing it and then just posting on Reddit or TikTok. I was telling Max the other day that one of the scenes they cut from Rebirth is where Cloud beats the shit out of Aerith. Like, he literally beats her up. But that's the problem when your series is ruined by tourists. Damn. What the fuck? Oh my god, he's on demon time, dude. What? Yo. What? Thank you. Where are you in game? I'm in Magma Cone. This level you could 100% on the first run. That's why I always like coming to Magma Cone. Shady Oasis is another level that you cannot 100% on your first run through. You have to come back. I like that Hunter is an arm bracer. Yeah, like...
Forest ruin everything. Planet Reach City.
Oh, we didn't even talk about fucking Halo. But to be fair, there's more shit to talk about than Halo at this point. The Halo show is just overly stupid. You know something's bad when they start saying that the original shit was better. So, like, you know DMC Season 2 is bad when they start promoting and you know, plussing up Devil May Cry 2013. Because in 2013, when that shit came out, dudes were basically, like, ready to murder Capcom. Like, they were super fucking pissed. They were like, this is not Devil May Cry. You guys are stupid. You guys insulted us. You're idiots.
By the same people who made Ninja Gaiden, right?
Capcom? Oh, Ninja Theory. Yeah. It was. So it shows you it wasn't the gameplay. It was the fucking story. It's like, who the fuck wants to play as this dude? We got Fedora wearing Virgil shooting pregnant women, and somehow the Adi Shankar adaptation gets shit on more than that. That takes skill. But I also think like a lot of DMC fans don't really play DMC. I think they like the idea of DMC, but I don't think they actually play the game series. It's like Final Fantasy VII players always talk about Final Fantasy VII, and I don't think half of them played anything more than the remake. And that's really kind of unfortunate because 7 is a good game. I think it's overhyped, but it is a good game. So when people don't play this game and they always yell about it online, I'm like, well, don't you think you should just play the fucking game? Like, why would you go online to talk about a game and big ups a game that you have never played? Does that even make sense? The default material patch? No way? What? Oh! It's the synth he used is designed to sound like it's mimicking human vocalizations, but it's purely synth. Yeah, but I wonder why he did that for this level in particular. Like, why Magma Cone? No, I remember there's a video somewhere, obviously on YouTube, called like the music of Spyro the Dragon, and they go in depth into like all the different like samples that Copeland used to make the soundtrack for this game. It's actually a very informative watch. I actually really like it, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in Spyro at all. It's very well done. And I wish that Copeland knew, and he probably does deep down, that like people like me have waited almost our whole lives for them to bring back Spyro in this regard. And like, while these dudes are alive, well, you know, like poor Tom Kane, right? Like, while these dudes are alive and well, like, dude, make some more. Because one day you're gonna try to make a new Spyro, and then you're gonna wonder why nobody wants to buy it. Well, dude, like, I'm 30. I played this when I was 5. Think about that. It's 25 years old, this fucking game. Can I flip the controls, please? Good lord. I need to invert it. Can you invert flight controls? Wait, maybe you can't. Oh, maybe I'm fucked. I don't really like down is up and up is down. Like, you think people are gonna wait around forever for Beyond Good and Evil? I think on some level that's probably why they haven't released Beyond Good and Evil at this point. Because it's like, well, I think someone is really arguing, like, what's the point? We waited 20 years. We teased it like a decade ago almost at this point that it was coming back. That never happened. Like, what are we gonna do? Release this fucking ancient platformer, you know, pseudo-mystery thriller? Like, why would we release it? The guy that made it has left Ubisoft for like a decade now. Like, they really just teased it probably just to keep the rights open or something, or I don't even know why they did it. I wish I could explain that one to you guys. Like, Ansel has long since left Ubisoft. So, like, they'll release Rayman 30th anniversary, but, like, understand, like, that's not, like, one, it might be too little too late, and two, it's like, I don't know, man, and two, it's also like, well, why? You know, like, it's good. They probably should have not removed the original soundtrack, although apparently they're trying to put it in. But, you know, like, think about it. Like, that came out, what, like, 2 months ago we played Rayman? Narg was having, like, some weird fever seizure or some shit. Like, it's already probably sold as many copies as it's really gonna sell. So if they don't put the music in, like, anytime soon, it's like, well, okay. I mean, most people who played it probably played it, and that's it. Oh, well, I mean, like, it's better that it exists, but the problem is that, you know, they're going to look at it and say, like, well, that's not profitable, and then they'll be like, well, never again, we'll just go back to doing what we were doing, which wasn't working, but at least that way they can say, well, the fans made it and it didn't work. So, yeah. It's like Star Wars to a T, basically. Okay. How many orbs do we have? Because you only need 40 orbs to beat the game. How many orbs do we have? 37. I mean, I did a lot of extra stuff I normally wouldn't do. What a shame, man. All I ever wanted was like a very fun teenage years with Spyro games. And instead all I got was corporate greed. Best we could do is 1,000 years of fucking bullshit. And then they drop this, and it's like, oh my god, maybe this is it. No. It's the hard knock life, man. Long distance. There's nothing over here, right? No. Okay. And then next year we'll do Year of the Dragon. Or maybe we won't. Maybe I won't even wait till next year because that'll be like an easy 1,000 gamer score again. Because this collection is worth 3,000 because each game is worth 1,000. So maybe I'll just do that. I don't even remember what all the achievements are. But I have all the Steam achievements for this, and I have all the achievements for this on PlayStation, all the trophies. So, like, obviously I'll just keep doing that. It's a shame. Anyway, it's almost midnight, so what I'll probably do is I could probably run through Shady Oasis. Let's do the other speedway. We'll do Shady Oasis, and then maybe I'll have enough time to do Gulp, and then we'll stop there. And then next time on, I guess, what did I say, Sunday or Monday? It will literally not take me that long to beat the rest of the game. Like, Spyro 2 is the shortest out of the trilogy, by far. Hey, look, Moneybags is in 2 locations at once, dude.
I would.
100 gems. Yeah, he actually costs a lot more in Spyro 3. His prices in Spyro 2 are pretty low. Oh, fucking hell, I'm really bad at this speedway. What makes me sadder is that I've run out of consoles to unlock achievements on. I think there's a way to do it on Steam. Sometimes I think about getting a second Steam account to play games I like again. What the fuck? Wow, this is like the easiest speedway. What? Okay.
Good job, Spyro.
Paragliding. That's why I know Narg said it a while ago. Like, being a GameCube boy basically set you up for massive disappointment. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, when I really think about it, being a GameCube kid was like asking for everything else for the rest of my life to be like just a letdown. Kind of, there was a lot of truth in that statement. I've thought about it a while, or a lot. Very nice. Alright, run through Shady Oasis. We're actually probably going to be out of here right on time. Maybe. Let's see if I can get out into Shady Oasis and then through the entire level.
And we had gems like Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, they're teasing a new one. Did you see that?
I did not, actually.
I was never that into it. Oh, I guess I have to get all the gems inside of August Autumn Plains. August Alcina Plains. Keep fucking my wife's mouth. I saw fake news that Will and Jada were going to get divorced. I was like, before I post anything about this, let me fact check the fuck out of this, dude. It was fake. Couldn't find a single rumor corroborating it.
Spyro, it's Char.
Gulp. What? Oh, he pushes you, but he doesn't damage you. Wow. Okay, no, that was the checkpoint. I was like, wait a minute. You know, I do enjoy playing like older games like this a lot. It's kind of nice. It's like a throwback. It's just not a lot of these games have like achievements, or if they don't have that, like I've kind of played them for the channel too much. That's the only reason I'm playing this, is because I know it's going to be like a 2-stream thing. It could have almost been a 1-stream thing if I'd started like even 2 hours earlier. But you know me, I was asleep, man. I know Haruna was here earlier, but I have to go back to playing WoW. I gotta finish Midnight. Where is he? What? There. Is he not coming? I think I pushed into him and he didn't move forward. Yeah, come on. Go. Dude. Okay. Man, this game is kind of glitchy. Was it like this on the other versions? Okay. As I said before, we cannot complete everything in here. Dry foot, don't fall into acid or whatever. Yeah. Easy. But yeah, we can't complete this without head bash, so there's no point in even bothering. I wonder what I missed up till now then. They don't teleport you anymore? Guess not, okay.
Would you like me to?
Wait, we didn't get a talisman? Oh, we didn't do Breeze Harbor? Oh, we're fucked. We're out of time. Yeah, never mind. I fucked up. Alright, well, the next time we'll do Breeze Harbor. I'm not even going to close the game, I don't think. I totally forgot. I didn't even do Trouble with the Trolley. Okay, well, that's fine. That's totally okay. Yeah, but before I do that... What the fuck is it under? Do not feed the hungry idol any red fish. Oh, fuck. Do I have to headbutt every turtle in the turtles? Oh, dude. Can I even do this again? Don't crash the trolley. Scorch, don't get hit by Bob. Defeat every Earth Shaper. Complete the level without flaming or charging any fodder. Defeat all the snowmobiles before defeating a hang glider. Head bash every rock. Okay, We will come back to this. Okay, this one is probably the hardest one. You just use the Super Flame power-up at the end of the game to cheese it. Use all 3 of the power-ups that are dropped. Defeat 5 buggies while charging. Unlock the permanent Super Flame. And then that's it. Okay. Ah, that sucks. Alright, so when we come back, I have to go back to this. I don't know if you can replay these. Actually, let me check. Can you replay... They're 63% done, by the way. It's crazy. I'm telling you, Spyro 2 is the fastest one, 100%. Can we replay Idle Springs, or do I have to make a new playthrough? That sucks. I actually don't know if you can replay that or not. We'll see. Yeah, most games I'm not going for all achievements on, but some of them I am. And needless to say, Spyro is one of them. Crash Bandicoot Warped, you have to do the DLC to get all achievements, which I think is bullshit. I think Sony has a much better trophy system. Because if they add trophies later, and this is what they should do in multiplayer trophies, you could still get the platinum. What is it, Idle Springs? I might not be able to do this. I might have to make a new save. Like, granted, it'll only take me like 10 minutes to get back here, not even, because I could just go straight to Idle Springs. No, you do have to learn how to swim. Ah, that kind of sucks. I fucked that up. Okay, never mind. Max, are you there? Is anyone else in the group? Because if so, I'll probably end earlier.
I could call them.
Oh no, well you don't have to call them. I'm just wondering if they're there or not.
Well, no, we're gonna watch Mirai Nikki.
Good lord, I cannot wait to mute and deafen for that.
Oh my god, you're no
Dude,
fun.
I don't like Mirai Nikki. Like, I'm allowed to not like Mirai Nikki, am I not? Sparks, down in front, dude. What the hell? That felt way easier than the original. Okay, bad sushi. I like how these are all rare. I think people really bought this collection and only played Spyro 1. Like, this should not be rare. Like, this is like 30 seconds to unlock half of this. Alright, let's go back to the beach, Sunny Shores. Alright, what do we need?
I can feel it calling.
Ocean Speedway. Yeah, we haven't done Breeze Harbor. Don't get hit by Bob is bullshit, by the way. You know, I don't even think I got hit by Bob. You want to know what happened? I talked to fucking Greta, and it canceled the mission, which acted like I got hit by Bob. So I actually didn't get hit by Bob. It canceled the fucking mission, which is really stupid. Whatever. Sunny Beach. We have to headbutt them. Good lord.
Imagine having to wake up to go to work while living in Gotham City. Especially if you gotta go home late at night.
Yeah, imagine being a woman that has to go home at night. Like, you're just waiting to get robbed. Like, it's just stupid. How could there be an infinitely respawning amount of criminals in Gotham?
Oh, our original's in.
Huh? Oh, okay. You can merge up if you want. I'll be there in a minute.
Yep.
You know, I probably invalidated almost all of these achievements. Like, stupidly. I think I flamed this guy out of nowhere, and I should have just headbutted him. Which is not even headbutting, it's charging, but whatever. This is kind of like a fucked up mini game, by the way. Okay. Already have this orb. It says that, right? Yeah, you've already collected it. Okay. It used to say when the orb would spawn in, it would be like, you already have this orb. I will say this, like in the original, you used to have like a static camera for this. It's much easier in this version without the static camera. I just think it makes it better because your movement is still like normal. Sometimes OG Spyro 2 did like a couple of weird things. Oh, really, dude? This one's always free. I'm pretty sure no achievement is missable in this trilogy. They're very nice about that. So like the fact that you can even replay this is already like kind of nice. But also some of the sound effects seem to be missing. Like he doesn't ring the triangle at all. Okay. Does that count? Yep, okay. Rescued, yay, okay. Oh, and I'm also going to replay Battle for Bikini Bottom. The problem with Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is at the end of the game, you have to farm a whole bunch of shiny things. So, like, you'll 100% the game, and you still need more shiny things to get the last spatula from Mr. Krabs. I have no idea how they balanced it or why they did it that way. They just added in, like, a completely arbitrary grind at the very ass end of the game. Oh, I have to redo the stupid bomb one, the Bob the Bomber. Maybe I do that next time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't want to redo that. But I guess if I do it now, then I don't have to do it next time. Okay. I guess now you think you're awesome. Murder all of the audience members. So yeah, every single achievement in this is going to be a rare achievement. None of these are particularly hard. Just sometimes when you have compilation games like this, they treat it like, oh, well, people bought all 3 games. In fairness, most people don't. And they just like play one or two of them. I didn't even get hit by Bob, dude. I talked to Greta, which canceled the fucking objective. That's so wild. That is so me-coded. To do everything else perfectly, and then to get fucking, like, cucked by one small niche mistake that I didn't see coming. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it now, I guess. But don't you have to, like, literally beat the level again if you don't do it properly? Oh, it's kind of annoying. I don't think it's as bad as the PlayStation version, though, or, like, the original. I think what sucks more is that we have to clear the level just to get a shot at it, and then do it perfectly. I mean, technically it's redoable, it's just annoying. When I was a kid, I used to think these were Grimace. I mean, just like, look at them. It's really funny, too, because in, like, Spyro 1 and Spyro 3, you're very obviously fighting against the Sorceress and Nasty Nork. Here, it's like, Avalar is just in turmoil. Like, they're not being invaded. Like, just all these Avalar worlds are just fucked up. There's just, like, random things happening. Breeze Harbor and Zephyr are fighting each other for one reason or another. Like, it's not like Ripto is sending a bunch of, like, his army or whatever. Which sucks, because canonically, like, in the later GBA games, Spyro ends up, having to fight against, like, the Rhinox, because Ripto takes over. Which probably means the Sorceress is dead, but, you know, it's like dead in quotations, right? It doesn't really mean anything. They could easily bring her back. And that's what I was hoping someday. Like, when I saw they brought back Nasty Nork for Spyro 1, or for Hero's Tale, I was like, oh, wait, shit, they might be cooking with this. No, never. And they could totally play up, like, the cheesy plot line of, like, why Ripto is controlling her army or some shit. They're gonna, like, have a fake wedding, but they're both trying to, like, fight each other, low-key. What? Oh, I should have talked to Greta first, because that I can't really dodge here. Oh my god. Okay. I really can't emphasize how happy I am that, like, they added, like, universal controls and everything. Like, having the maps in the other Spyro games is actually, like, a huge benefit, because I feel like Spyro 2's levels are all kind of simple, whereas Spyro 3 and some of Spyro 1 is, like, a little bit hardcore. A little bit. Also, when we play Resident Evil 1 again, I'm gonna make saves, so I have to figure out how to kill Rebecca. I hope it's not very early in the game. Like, you could have her die to the hunter, but I don't know if there's another time you can kill her. If I had remembered that that was an achievement, I would have done it on the Jill playthrough as well. Because it's very easy to kill Barry. There's multiple ways you could kill Barry. There's like 3 or 4 ways Barry can die. I think there's actually literally 3 ways Barry can die. He gets swiped by Lisa Trevor and falls off the platform. You don't give him back his gun, so he dies instantly. And he dies on the helipad, which I didn't know that that could happen, actually. Because you don't have to get all 6 endings for each character in order to complete the game. Thankfully, you don't have to complete the game 6 different permutations. Could you imagine? Oh my god. That would be brutal. Because then you would have to fire the rockets to start the tyrant fight really early. So that way Barry has an opportunity to die. Because there's an entirely possible chance you won't have enough time to fire the rockets. And then have a fight where he kills Barry and then still get the rocket launcher and kill him. You might not have enough time if you don't do that. Okay, very nice. Okay, so next time... Oh, Lord. Next time we will continue. We will, We have to do Breeze Harbor. I guess if I enter Breeze Harbor, I can start from there even if I don't do anything. I think. All right. Boobs. Oh my lord. Yeah, I don't even think it'll take me but another like 2.5 hours to finish everything else. Maybe some of the challenges. I forget all the achievements in this game. Okay, there's a lot more green in this level than I remember. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, I need to buy Code Veronica. I told Dax I would play it, and obviously, why wouldn't I? Trouble No More. Yeah, see, this is like a meme. Trouble with the Trolley is like a famous meme of this game, and I never thought it was that hard. But yeah. Fracture Hill, defeat every Earth Shaper. You can't do that right away. Basically, don't die. Icy Speedway I didn't do. Okay, whatever. I'll do that later. Charge through every striped monkey. Don't flame or charge any sheep. Defeat the ox without being hit. Yeah, this is the rarest one, I think, in the game. Yeah. Ripto's Arena. Free Shield of the Kangaroo. Only 20%. Think about that. That's like the first thing you do in the beginning of the game. Defeat all the coward Rhinox. 20%, yeah. Glide for 5 seconds and land safely. Unlock the locked treasure chest. Defeat Bluto. It's only 10%. Like, yeah, it's just people buy this, like, boot it up, and then don't ever really come back. What is the, where's the unlocked ones? Debugging. As sparks defeat the Metapede. Defeat the Sorceress. 5.36%. Yeah, it's kind of silly. It's whatever. How do you, see ones you already have? There you go. Unlocked. And literally birthday stream last year. Look at that. Dude, 35% of people. It's wild. 40, only half of all people make it out World 1. Like, I just don't know how that works. Like, who buys a game and plays it, like, puts it in their console, and then doesn't come back to, like, beat it? Like, 50% of people didn't even make it out of World 1. I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank everyone who showed up. Let's see if I freeze my stream again. Let's wait. Wait. Nope, didn't freeze it. Thanks Viv, thanks Narg, thanks Warlord, thanks K-Dun, thanks Haruna, thanks everyone else who showed up to stop by. I will see you all later. Have a good one. Enjoy.